All right, here we go. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 315. And it's a weekend, and unfortunately we're doing a Kavernacle. I don't know why, but these names keep popping up every few days. And you guys vote on them, so it's like, all right, no problem. It's an empty video. I haven't watched all of it, but I can tell you. It's another empty rambling video where he says nothing and just calls
like
people
yesterday.
names. Well,
probably.
Yesterday, how do I explain yesterday? We get so fed up we just can't watch it. It's stupid because it's so dumb. But in this one, there's nothing there, so there's nothing to get fed up about. So it's like
it's a nothing video.
There's even less in this one.
Well, it's the Kavernacle. It's again another flavor of these champagne socialist rhetorics that just don't have any point. And
yeah, usually socialists don't have any points.
It's sad because I'm hoping for some.
That's why they have to invent their statistics all the time.
Yeah, they attack this imaginary group called the anti-SJWs. I don't even think that's a thing. I've never heard this term since this year, and apparently they've existed for years. Yeah, I just listen to YouTubers who make fun of other YouTubers.
It's mainly been a term that the SJWs threw against critics of theirs,
without actually addressing the criticism.
You can. I think you could even trace that back to the schism in the U.S. atheist movement.
Where
part embraced socialism as their new religion, and the other part went, "Are you fucking retarded?"
Good old atheism.
But social justice is a good thing. No, it isn't. Here are reasons. Here's logic, facts, evidence, history, yada yada. And the new atheist plus social justice neonets went, oh, but you're racist. To which the then labeled anti-SJWs were basically pointing out the same fallacies with the the new atheists that they previously pointed out from within the atheist movement against fundamentalist Christians, because those always use logical fallacies, and now the previous atheists who went socialist were using all the same fallacies that the Christians were using.
Right. So I don't really care which group is which. I just want to hear the argument. I want to hear the points made. And that's why characters like the Kavernacle and Xander Hall are pretty much a waste of time. Yeah. And I've already made a video. It's in the description about, for example, The Last of Us 2's Abby, where actual bodybuilders and fitness experts talk about how this is not possible in the game lore, in the future that they're in, and all this other stuff. They address all the arguments that are pertinent, and they bold them. They say, look, this is not possible. Like, protein powder cannot exist on shelves for that long. You can't have supplements unless you're injecting it straight into your muscles. Like, there's all this stuff that does not make sense. And they say, oh, no, she's totally...
I mean, it looks like she just...
And it's genetically and endocrinologically nonsense.
It's impossible.
This person is nonsense.
The only way you get these roided up women is if they do inject this stuff into their body, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, oh my God,
steroids and stuff.
I like to believe that Abby is just lying and she's injected all of her muscles with oil.
it's just all fat. It's just this oily fat.
Just filled with oil.
I think TLDR from what I said before, in short, is the term anti-SJW mainly came from SJWs to lob that at their critics.
Right.
And some of the critics adopted the term, as it usually happens. Like, oh, you're gay. Yeah. Of course I'm gay. Like, that kind of thing.
Right. Anyway, it's a nonsense term. I don't think any of these labels have stuck. I've never heard anyone mention their anti-SJW. At least I have not been around for that long to care. So it's just a weird... I don't think Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is anti-SJW. He just talks about crazy stuff that he covers.
Yeah. No, the SJWs just call everything that criticizes them some word. Whether that's
It's like
racist, Nazi, anti-SJW, reactionary, it's all the same.
It's like the term Nazi, yeah, exactly. I was going to say that. It lost its meaning, whatever meaning it had before.
Long time ago. Yeah, for sure.
And I think that only means this person disagrees with my ideas, but I'm not telling you why. Yeah. Because my ideas are awesome.
It's always you're a totalitarianist, you're a Nazi. It's like, where are you getting that?
Projection!
How am I part of some how am I part of some sort of totalitarian regime sent to overthrow your freedoms? Like, what are you talking about? It's bizarre. Anyway, let's get on with the video. This is going to be a long video. We might cut early because it's a long video and pointless. And he'll probably just ramble on incoherently anyway. Anyway, I'm getting a lot of static.
And it's Kavernacle.
It is Kavernacle, yeah. Is that me?
Oh my god. Again. Just a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. My bad.
Okay, all right. Just keep the push to talk going or mute yourself, whatever works. It's not too hard.
Was like an Egyptian.
Okay. Anyway, let's get started. Here's Mike Testa. Mike Testa, nice to see you. How's it going, buddy? I see Smud ordered the Renegade Cut Deluxe. No. This is democracy in action. I'm not ordering anything. I only step in when there's an actual video I want to cover with someone specific, like Dunn, and he can't make it on the weekend, and then we can only do it a certain day. That was fun. It was a weird experience on YouTube, and his crazy background noise, and God knows what was going on. But yeah, fun times with microphones. Here is Mike Testa one more time. Hello, Smud, Triton, Hail Wisp, and then ... Bears. I'm assuming now that Bears is in the chat that he's not making memes. I don't know how that works.
X'd it out.
Yeah, you can multitask. All right.
It's a multi bears.
Multi bears. Alrighty. Okay. Anyway, are we all in the watch together, guys? We're all good. Looking good. Okay. Let's get started. Yep. 26 and a half minutes. Oh my God, it's longer than I thought.
Ladies.
What is he?
Here.
Okay. Holy look at you.
Pushed 185 pounds yesterday.
Yeah, right.
The anti.
Yeah, that's worthless. Oh, I did.
What was that?
Well, I benched 185 yesterday. Well, interesting, because the muscles you used were your lats, your shoulders, and your triceps. So, yeah. Good job, Abby. You don't know how.
Well, that's I'm not familiar with English gym terms. Pushing the weight away from you?
Yes.
How does that help with pulling someone up?
Exactly. Abby doesn't know how muscle groups work.
It's the polar opposite.
Yes.
So when we talk about muscle groups,
even then is what did she say? 125, 150?
185.
185.
185. 185. That would be 90 kilograms, about a bit less. If you do that, if you just would do a dead weight, an old woman with untrained with weak with oh god, how do you call the Hexenschuss? With back pain can do 75 kilograms. It would be 150 without problem. Could dead weight that without problem. Seen that.
Mm-hmm. But you can't dead weight in the position she was in. So she was using her lats and her triceps and her shoulders.
Yeah, I just want to give some perspective that people usually completely underestimate what they're even capable of because they never check the numbers of what they are lifting throughout the day.
So whether that's a good thing or a bad thing in the story of that was that younger Abby? I don't know exactly. I think
she had thinner arms.
Yeah, flashback, yeah. So it's like, great. 4 years ago she was like that. That's fantastic. That doesn't explain the size of her biceps or triceps.
Like 4 years ago, she doesn't understand how muscle groups work. One wonders how she got that big.
Yeah.
When you don't have chemicals to boost you, your muscles have a natural upper limit.
Well, if you don't have essential proteins,
it doesn't matter how much you work. You will just if you overdo it, you will even destroy your muscles to the point where they break down and you can't do shit anymore.
Yeah, if you don't have proper nutrients, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to be in pain and you're going to hurt yourself, and then that's that. And this is all during the infancy of the WLF, I think. So it's not as
the apocalypse.
Well, there's the post-apocalypse. Everything's gone. Then there's the WLF, and they're making their organization, which is after the fact of making the what's it called? What's the other organization that?
Fireflies.
The Firefly organization. That's what it came from. That, I believe. So you're talking about this smaller group, which doesn't have as many resources. So if you can imagine, if they're rationing food today, and they've been doing that with this huge stadium where they all live in, how much food do you think they had in a smaller group? So
unlimited.
The scenario where you could make an argument would be if this is even if it is a smaller group, it is a stable group with specialized knowledge that is trading the stuff they produce, the chemicals, with other groups that are interested in them for whatever reason. And that somehow works, and she's getting, and she's sitting at the source of that.
Maybe, but you're talking about.
But that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
You're talking about a post-apocalyptic universe where one group is suddenly producing like whey protein or I don't know some pure form of ingestible proteins.
Why ever they would do that?
I'm like, that's not necessary.
Shut up, bigot.
I need to bench press. I'm in the post-apocalypse. Really?
No, you absolutely do not. You will absolutely get chest exercises in the post-apocalypse because you got to work.
Just do your stretches, man. Just do your stretches.
Anyway,
you want to be nimble in the post-apocalypse.
I find it a very strange good
Hulk.
To manufacture and produce and sell. It's like, who wants to get ripped? It's like, no, it's just we gotta eat.
Yeah. If you want to be ripped, you have to eat so much more.
Yeah, I know.
At least that kind of what Abby's doing.
Right.
She would need to be eating every 4 hours, massive amounts.
To bulk up like Abby did. Like back when I was younger, my 18-year-old days, I would eat about 5,200 calories a day.
Wow.
To bulk.
Okay.
Wow.
So 2,000 is maintenance calories, right? Per day. So Abby has to eat her food and then somebody else's food and then half of somebody else's food in the post-apocalypse with limited resources.
Right.
Yeah, if she, assuming she wouldn't, her workout schedule is nonsense. That's beside the point. That's beside the point. For the following point is that if she wasn't working out, and with her workout schedule, technically she isn't working out, not with the amount of calories she's taking in, she would be turning into a land whale.
Oh God, yeah.
And I don't know how a food scarcity post-apocalypse looks upon land whales.
Well, the problem is we know in the WLF, and she was part of that organization all throughout its infancy and to the present day, they ration food. And I'm sorry, but one burrito is not enough per day to bulk up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Muscles burn energy all the time. That's why when you stop using a muscle, it starts to get smaller again because your body thinks, I'm not using this. This is using up energy. I want to conserve energy.
And
so let's do away with this. Turn it into fat. Because fat just lies around. It doesn't suck up energy. It's also horrible to get rid of again.
Yeah. And
it's just there. You don't need to maintain it.
It's dependent on the type of protein because proteins are the longest to get absorbed, the slowest, because they have to be digested. And there's certain kinds of proteins that get digested faster. So it depends on what you're eating, what quality of nutrients you're getting, what macronutrients. So there's all kinds of scientific... We know how this science works. We have kinesthesiologists and dietitians and fitness trainers and bodybuilders that have talked about these topics for a long, long time. And That's why I pointed to my link, my YouTube video, which links to the Reddit article of actual bodybuilder, the female bodybuilder, and the fitness instructor who talked about these things. And even if Abby had all the necessary variables to do these things, that doesn't mean she would actually achieve the gains that we see. Like, that's the funny thing. All these things were there. Like, she ate all this food. She had the best protein. She had the best exercise routine just on doing, was it curling? What would produce those muscles? Curls? Like, what would be the focus? Or like,
okay, I looked at her. Like, speaking of muscle loss, you know what else contributes to muscle loss? Devoting an entire day to steady state cardio.
Yeah.
Because that spikes your cortisol and your lactic acid levels.
Right.
Which oxidizes your blood. Which destroys
your
ability.
And only one, I think it's one every, or twice every month, or once every 2 months, I can't remember.
No, it's 4 times a month. She devotes an entire day every week.
Oh, yes, to cardio. But I mean actual, like, doing weights, like non-body weights, actual weights, which could be anything. So we're assuming it's upper body and whatever. So that's once a month or once every 2 months. It was like this very specific thing. Like, that's not enough.
I gotta pull it up here. WL Fitness Club workout schedule for the month of March. Name Abby. Okay, so first thing I'm noticing on this clipboard here is that there's 8 weeks in March apparently, because we got week 1, 2, 3, 4, and then month 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the workout schedule for March. So these people are retarded. They don't know how months
that
work.
just means she's working double the time at the time.
Okay, so what we got here is Monday, upper body. Tuesday, rest. Wednesday, steady state cardio, which is going to kill her gains. Thursday, that full body. Like Friday, rest. Saturday, legs. Sunday, rest. She's got 1, 2, 3 rest days. 1 upper body day. 1 full body day, 1 leg day, and then the steady state cardio day. No.
Hey.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking not. No.
Smart, you want to put the link to your other video into the description?
I have my video, and in if you go to that video, I link to the Reddit that has the link to the image that Bears is talking about.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting, Baz.
So if you want to play link tag, go to my video, go to the Reddit, and then scroll down, and in between there's another link to the image that Bears is referring to. If you really want to, it's a very hard image to read, so you might have to open it up in your image editor and brighten it up or whatever, because it's very dark. And you could try figuring out what the text on the screen for the month of March says. It's one.
I'm just gonna go ahead and
I'll
just go ahead and drop that in the discussion tab.
Okay.
On the Discord. Yep.
Okay, great.
But Smart and Bez and chat, you have to realize that while we reference all these scientific points, expert points, experience points, on the other side of this argument, we're talking with communists who know so much about nutrition. Who never in history produced famines. They totally know what people need to survive.
I still can't get over that. Humankind has been growing food for, thousands of years? And communists come along and fuck it up. Like, you put the seeds in the ground. You put the fertilizer on the seeds. You put the water on the seeds, and then you just leave it. You just wait. And then the food happens. Like, how do you fuck that up?
There you go.
I've chili plants here. It was just one. It was sickly. Somehow it gained healthier. I don't know how. And now I have 3 of them, and I just growing, and they don't stop. And they put up because I have weird ceiling windows at an angle because this is I'm under the roof here, and so the twigs just go in this 45-degree angle like big solar panels, trying to catch everything they can get from the window. It's like, what the fuck? You literally don't need to do anything, but sprinkle some water on it and wait, and then you get fruit.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Anyway,
It is that simple.
let us keep going. I have to go through some donations here. Here's Kyle Rocket on the donation. Thank you, sir. No Maggie May Fish. Well, we're doing that next week on a Friday. So we can't have too much crazy in 1 week. It's got to be spaced out. So
we have to dilute it a bit.
Yeah, he was hoping to see if she looked like a femboy version of Onesian during his meltdown. How disappointing. I don't know which video of Maggie Mayfish that is, but I'll keep that in mind when I ask Mr. Dunn, who's our expert on Maggie Mayfish.
Oh, God. Doing Kavernacle right after Renegade cut is already questionable.
We can confirm that Dunn is Maggie Mayfish's stalker, right?
Dunn is a fascinating specimen of a human being. He likes the strangest things. Usually I'm unique in that regard because I will watch the crappiest, dumbest people on YouTube. But Dunn is way ahead of me, so he's like, no, you gotta watch this person.
I know this mindset, and it's just a little bit off from mine. Something turns me off from that people like Dunn don't have, and are just fascinated about. Oh, look at this specimen! Oh, this is interesting. It's like constant Spock moment.
Fascinating, yes.
Yeah.
All right, here's Vladimir Dragunov. Reminder that between the 50s and 70s, the UK lost 3 consecutive wars to Iceland over fishing rights. Okay.
Get fucked, England. England. Limeys BTFO'd.
You don't piss off Iceland. They are very serious about their fishing rights. So, okay.
Yeah, unlike the UK, who lets the French fish in their waters.
Okay.
The French.
Actually, the English have been pushing back on the French for a minute now.
Yeah, about time.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not getting into that. We're not getting into the French. We're fine. Here's Francis Board Coppola. Thanks for the donation. Cav looks up to women that can bench impossible amounts because he struggles to lift his toothbrush in the morning. Hell, he'd die in a pillow fight. How do you know he brushes his teeth in the morning?
Because they're not yellow.
I mean, he could go to a dentist and get them whitened every month or so.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, God, that's more effort.
That's way more effort. Why would
you gotta stop eating those chocolate oranges there, maybe.
Yeah, he's gotta stop eating ass, yeah.
Here's Vladimir Dragunov again. These are the same people. What will complain that a fictional woman's chest udders are too big? We understand when artists draw or create women with voluptuous curves. It's like, okay, great. Women are born that way. They are born that way. It's just how it works out. When they eat food,
it's a genetic thing.
It's pure genetics. Yes, there are things you can eat that will stimulate those areas of the body, but it's proven. We know how these things work. We don't have to have a conniption of science and asking experts how this is possible. With someone with massive muscles in a post-apocalyptic world where everything's scarce, we're like, and they're trying to be realistic. They're not trying to have a good, crazy, fun time. Like, I don't know.
Also, large female chesticles are also mainly fat. That's mainly fatty tissue.
2/3, I think.
That's not. You do not train that.
Yeah, it's just deposits focused in a certain area.
Just there.
Right.
I got into an argument with a guy on Gab telling me that breasts aren't made out of fatty tissue. Like, nigga, what? Are you retarded?
Never seen an anatomy book.
Well,
do you think those are just like fucking weird muscles? That's mostly fat. It was a fucking 2-hour-long argument with this retard.
It's really easy.
I showed him diagrams and everything, and he refused to believe me.
It's really not hard when you have all these vivisections of people that they preserved. It's like, oh, this is the sternum. Here is the rib cage, and here are the breasts. It's like, boom, all right, great.
There's a bunch of there's just a little bit of milk duct tissue.
Yes,
it's not a lot.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter whether you're an A cup or a D cup. You can when the breast starts producing milk, they produce fairly the same amount. It's enough for the kid. Doesn't matter how big the tit is.
Every
the size of the tit only there to lure in men.
Yeah,
all it is there for. That's what the fatty tit is there for, because you don't need the fatty tissue at all.
Right.
For the milk production.
That's why during pregnancy and after pregnancy, this is when women will blow up like balloons sometimes, depending on the woman. Every woman reacts differently to their bodies. So, you know, I've heard stories of old women talking about how large their breasts were when they were having like their fourth kid or whatever.
Yeah, because they're suddenly filled with, on top of everything, they're filled with milk. And that is the point why human female breasts are so big, with outside of being pregnant, outside of nurturing. I don't know the English term.
Right.
And breastfeeding, because it is to show you to signal. It is mimicry. It is to signal to the other sex, hey, look, I am fertile. I can nurture children. It is the image of the supple young breast is to show you, is to fool the male brain into believing, oh, this female produces a lot of milk, is producing right now, which means that she is fertile because she can get kids, because she has one. Which isn't the case. It's mimicry. It's to fool the brain into thinking this. That's why it's attractive. Because fertility is an attractive thing.
Yeah.
Whether you want that or not.
Which is why Maggie May Fish is unattractive.
Well, there's reasons why she is and is not attractive. There's all kinds of reasons.
Probably drier than a salt mine down there.
Well, let's not talk about her anymore. Anyway, White Knight Leo. Hey, how's it going? Farming looks mighty easy when your plow is a pencil and you're hundreds of miles from the field. Eisenhower.
Right.
I like that. Eisenhower.
That's a good quote.
Yeah. Yeah, all these wonderful theoretical people talking from their keyboards. It's great.
How good communists are at farming we saw in the Chaz.
Oh god, I love the Chaz. That fucking wizard homeless dude just came in and just danced and took over their fucking food production, quote.
Wizard Holmes?
That fucking magic homeless man. He just came in and did a shaman dance, and he just took over their spot. They didn't do anything to get him to leave.
Yeah, but he probably just asserted his dominance, because homeless people only get by doing that. It's the wilds out there on the street.
Yeah, which is why I fucking spray them down whenever I'm working my properties. They recognize me, they know me, they see me, and they pack up, because they know I will spray their shit and them in the face. The fucking pressure washer attachment. I don't give a shit.
Oh my.
Get off the property or you're gonna get wet.
Anyway, here's Kyle Rocket for the donation. Thank you, sir. Oh, you gotta be effing kidding me. This idiot. I had to stop my goddamn rollerblading session for Paul Bunyan's soy boy effing cousin. Okay, whoa. You do not like him, I get it.
Whoa. Don't you insult Paul Bunyan like that.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a little too many people to reference there to say you don't like Mr. Kavernacle.
Paul Bunyan ain't British.
All right, one more, and then we'll get going. Here's White Knight Leo again. Abby having lingerie model looks and proportion would be more realistic than the body she has, given how that's mostly genetics. I would argue that's somewhat true, but if you're going to make me like or feel sympathetic towards a character, you have to make me like the character. And the basic stuff like...
Oh, they failed that.
Are they visually attractive on any level? It's like, she's not ugly. She's just not appealing.
She's ugly.
Yes,
ugly
she
as
is.
Fuck.
Yes,
she looks like a dude.
Yes.
I have seen uglier.
Fucked up.
I have seen uglier women. Let's just say.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen burn victims.
You've seen ugly women in different ways. You can be ugly in different ways as you can be pretty in different ways.
This is true. That's right.
That's not saying shit on
Abby is.
Like, they're both terrible.
Abby, as we have her in the game, is a male body that they screwed a female head on.
Pretty much, yeah.
That female head is barely a female head.
The problem is the like to dislike ratio is out of proportion. So they did not have enough likes or reasons to like Abby than there were to dislike her, unfortunately. And it's kind of obvious for anyone playing the game when she kills Joel. It's like, oh, that's not going to go well for you.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to retroactively like her.
It's not just that. She doesn't just kill him. She tortures him at first.
Yeah, you need to front load. You need to front load the good feelings onto the supposedly sympathetic guy. If you're gonna do that kind of bullshit.
To have a chance, you need to do all the flashback stuff as her thing, and then you have the if you want to do this thing, you do the Joel thing at the end of the game, not at the beginning, and then you may have a chance. But then people will still go, "Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
why?"
You need to build up the sympathy. You can't just say, "Oh, she's angry. She lost her dad." That was pretty much it.
You can't retroactively put on the sympathy. That's hard to impossible to do.
I'm sad that my dad got killed, so I'm gonna kill some other girl's dad right in front of her with a club slowly, as the guy is like writhing in pain. Good job, Abby. That's definitely equivalent to what happened to you.
The more mature thing, I think, because Abby's like, well, he did just save my life like an hour ago. I'm going to let this slide. But all her friends are like, are you fucking kidding me? We've been doing this for years. This is the guy. And then they torture him. And then Abby's like, whoa. What are we going to do? And then they have a problem. Abby ends up killing him because it's peer pressure or whatever. And then you're like, okay, now I can feel sorry for Abby. She didn't want to kill him, but she's part of a team. Like there has to be more. There has to be some excuse for me to go, all right, I feel sorry for her, but she still has to die. In this case, she just has to die. That's all there is to it.
And then she didn't.
I don't care how many dogs she plays with. I don't care how many, friends she has. It doesn't matter to me. I do not care.
Hitler played with dogs.
I'm sure he had lots of dogs.
I'm sure Hitler had.
Hitler founded nature reserves.
Yeah, it's
Hitler loved nature. The Nazis loved nature.
You're not pressing the right buttons for me to care, right? It doesn't work. Anyway. There's one more. White Knight Leo. Oh no, we're done. No, it's Gaia Rai. Here we go. Hey Gaia. The only thing feminine about Abby is Laura Bailey's talent. She does have a good voice actor, that is true, yeah.
Well, it's Resident Evil over
here.
There we go.
Is that another alarm on the prison there, Wisp?
No, that.
Oh, you can. America, I'm sorry.
America just found some oil. Oh shit!
I'm sorry. No. That was the ambulance. I'm sorry. I didn't. Yeah. I'm already not hearing the ambulance or the police car or the helicopter. I don't hear these things anymore because they're here all the time. I'm sorry. I noticed that it got into the mic because I have the window open because it's hot and there's a fan running and.
All right. Just push to talk. Mute your mic. I'm saying it to everyone. It's okay. Anyway,
sorry, yeah.
Back to the video.
When I hear it the next time, I'll switch it off.
Back to the video. Let's go.
SJW discourse around.
Wow, what's going on?
Also, this face.
What's happening? Okay, let's try this again.
Women fiction and video games has been getting increasingly ridiculous.
Here we go. Now, that's his word for everything he doesn't like. It's ridiculous. The young peoples of America, whatever that group was, they read books. They're ridiculous. They didn't explain why the books are bad or why the group is bad. It's a ridiculous group.
I just realized something. Kavernacle speaks exclusively out of his nose. Like, do you hear how nasally this motherfucker is?
Well,
somewhat, yes.
We could say the same.
I thought this is a Californian thing.
Well, maybe, but we could say the same of many accents, many sort of guttural, noised, or voiced slang. There's all kinds of ways people express themselves, so I'm not going to bash him over that.
If Kavernacle spoke in exclusively guttural noises, he'd sound smarter than he is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this could be 26 minutes of him going ooga booga googa boo. And it'd have been more intelligent.
Ooga, ridiculous.
Yeah. So what is doing here is simply, and all the communists do this, and all fanatically religious people do this. I'm the in group, therefore everything's cool, and these people are in the out group. Look, they're stupid, they're wrong, and we do not need to elaborate because they're the out group, which means they don't believe in what we believe, and therefore they must be stupid because we are perfect. We believe in perfect things. They must be stupid to not have the same opinions as we do. So we do not need to explain why they are wrong. We just say that they are. That's all the Kavernacles and Renegade cuts are doing.
Here is Vladimir Dragunov. Abby deserves to be put down like a dog. I would say just executed. Just, revenge is revenge. Just keep it clean. Boom, done. End of story. You don't have to torture the person. You don't have to have a fist fight where you get your arms or whatever fingers.
Honestly, in my eyes, Abby is a psychopath, and any kind of torture or any kind of prolonged pain and suffering is wasted on a psychopath.
Oh,
it's just wasted.
Interesting take. Okay, holy shit. Wow. All right. Okay. Yeah. No. Everyone.
Psychopath can't learn. A psychopath has no conscience.
Everyone who's played the game or knows the game was like, yeah, this person needs to die. That's the point. That's what it was building.
And Abby didn't die at the end. Not because, probably not because Ellie had a change of heart, but because the writing demanded that Abby gets away, so that Neil Druckmann can do more shit with her, because he invented this character, made up shit, and I don't want to know what he thinks about at night. But I think we've seen it in one of the cutscenes.
Instead of Abby, it's him.
Anyway.
He's the butt fucker. He's butt fucking Abby. I think that's what's going on.
No, he's the one getting pegged by Abby.
Okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
I'm going to go when we get into the main part talking about the Aloy stuff from the new Horizon game you may have been seen going around on Twitter. But I want to talk about the broader points of how the reactionaries in the gaming community...
Okay, so it's
the non-communists.
It's not just the anti-SJW, it's the reactionaries. Like, there's all these terms.
Well, anti-SJW also means is an anti-SJW. That's why they always use it.
Never addressing individuals and their arguments, just saying, the people who disagree with us. Like, okay, fine, yeah, sure.
Yes. They dare react to what we have to say in a negative fashion.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I was mentioning this on
doubt this
on the Discord, because I get people responding to my Abby video once every few weeks, and it always ends like I do respond because they seem like nice folks and they say some interesting things. I like to respond to those people, but it all comes down to, you're just a woman hater. I'm like, where did that come from? Like I don't understand. Like, it's a fictional character. How does that relate to me hating women in general? I don't even know if that's physically.
It's just a woman hater that can hide behind.
Oh yeah, you're just a woman hater.
Bigot. Yeah, and bigot.
I don't think it's even possible to hate women as a whole. I don't think that's. I could hate individual women.
Don't believe me? Just watch. Ow.
Is that okay? Let's say hypothetically, like, okay, I hate women. Does it nullify whatever I fucking said before about Abby?
Well, that's funny because I haven't said anything about Abby. I'm referencing experts who are female bodybuilders. And I'm just saying what they said.
Too.
I'm like, I don't know.
Remember, everyone.
Do you not like the opinion of experts? Like, I guess.
No. These female bodybuilding experts have internalized misogyny. They also hate women.
I love how this is the same trusty experts squad that fucking worships Dr. Fauci, but when it comes to their depictions of women in games, the experts can get fucked.
I would love to hear an expert female bodybuilder talk about how, yes, Abby gains are totally believable. Here's the science, and here's me. Maybe she's a body. I don't know. Like, give me something. I'll be like, oh, great. That's something for me to reference. I understand a whole other body of work that no one knows about, because everything I've read from these people and other experts say, yeah, this is probably very unlikely. This is not a thing that would happen. So
yeah.
If you walk around the average Joe or average girl, they're not as physically strong as the average Joe. So it's kind of obvious. So in order to get that level of muscular size would take considerable effort. So
and resources,
time, effort, like dedication. This is not a little thing.
Exactly. Considering the Fireflies lost their best doctors, if I recall.
Yeah, and then they took the one doctor they had who was pregnant and sent her out on a fucking mission, out in the fucking wilderness.
That group deserves to die.
Yes.
It's
just like fucking Spider-Woman in Marvel Comics. She's big fucking pregnant, but she's fighting Skrulls along with everybody else. Bitch, they're gonna hit you right in the baby. That's a big, obvious weak spot for you. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
Yeah, have fun with that stillborn.
Yeah.
I fucking hated the fact when they're does Owen has any say? And she's like, why does he have a say? It's like, bitch, he's a father too.
That is, however, accurate to real life in the family court, though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the irony is that we all have our favorite female characters. And the whole fucking manga and anime thing is all about awesome women. Lots of it.
Yep.
Tons of awesome female characters. We love it.
There are lots of strong
and
females.
apparently we like those females because we hate women.
It is, I would say, unrealistic, but that's kind of the point. It is to see these very fast and strong and skilled and experienced women who look like supermodels.
Yeah, but that aside, they have awesome characters.
Yeah, they
have awesome personalities.
They have this desire to be strong, and it's not just they are strong because they were born that way. It's usually, I spent 10 years doing this, just this. Therefore, I'm the head of the Knights, or I'm the head of this or that. It's like, oh,
yeah,
that makes sense.
At the same time, they're carrying women. That's still all there. And with the SJW, with the female SJW characters, there's not just no femininity there. There is no humanity.
Yeah. Okay. Here's Kyle Rocket. Hey, Kyle. You mean to tell me that it's A-okay for SJW mortal trash to say a female's body is unrealistic, but when we say a girl's body is unrealistic, we're women haters, really?
It's because they're doing all of this asexual, everyone's the same NPC mass-produced bullshit. They're trying to smear the lines between what men and women are.
While at the same time wanting to be the most individualistic as possible.
When they see Abby, who looks like a fucking man, they fucking coon themselves all over the fucking place every fucking day, and they're mad at us for interrupting their cooming. Is the point?
Is Abby a reverse trap?
I don't know.
What?
I don't think
a friend of mine assumed, when he first saw Last of Us 2, he assumed Abby was trans.
When I first saw the footage, the first footage about the game, I thought that too, because that was what made the most sense.
Yeah, I was like, maybe, and then I saw the story. Apparently not.
And even then, I thought that makes no sense in the post-apocalypse. Why is this going on? This is stupid.
All right.
Because if you had gender dysphoria, you wouldn't. So if Abby was a guy trying to transition to female in the post-apocalypse without any access to hormones, to surgeries, etc., you wouldn't do that, because that's not going to get rid of the pathetic level of cross-dressing she's doing. That's cross-dressing doesn't do shit for gender dysphoria.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was just, even from that angle, even if that had been the angle the game would have gone, it wouldn't make sense.
A lot of people speculate on that because Neil Druckmann, you're like, is it this the character? And then we find out it's just a girl who does not want to be given to this older man because of her religion. And maybe she likes hunting. I don't know. She wanted to be a hunter. But it wasn't.
And then you have this trans girl allegedly. This girl that allegedly is trans.
Well, she
and that's also bullshit, because that's not how it works.
It's hard to say.
Lev?
Lev is a secondary character, so it's not a focus. It's just we have to go help her because she's going to go talk to her mom, and her sister knows that if she does that, her mom's going to kill her. So it's like, oh, okay, so we have to go help her. So it's not so much what is her sexual state. We don't really care. It's like, oh, we have to do a thing to protect her, and we find out.
Okay, but she's the primary source of like Abby's supposed change of heart, whatever that is.
That is said throughout spoken dialogue. That's sort of when you go from scene to scene, because the worlds are big, the levels are big. So when you go from here to there, when they're in the apartment buildings, like they're traveling on the tops of the apartment buildings, they get to this one part of a room, and they just start saying, Abby, why are you doing this? And she's like, I don't know, to let go of some weight, and which is good. That's plot, but it's like that's it. You have problems? What problems? What are you going through, Abby? And she doesn't say nothing.
Yeah, it's vague.
It's like, come on, tell us, why am I playing this game? And they never go through with it. And I'm just like, dude, this is necessary for us to care about Abby. If you do not give us reasons why Abby is such a crazy helper, now she's a psychopath, it's like, what is happening? I don't know. So this is why I don't like the character, because it's unclear. She just jumps from here to there, wherever the plot takes her, which I hate. Anyway.
She's a hypocrite.
She is, I don't know. Schizophrenic, maybe. I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised.
Sociopath.
Let's keep going. Yeah. Joe Crazy. They did model her after an actual female bodybuilder. Yes, I know. What they forgot to mention...
Yes, I've seen the pictures, and she does look... And she even looks good.
Yeah, no, she's fine.
Yeah.
And they forgot
to... They uglified her. I don't understand why all these SJW studios get good-looking actors to model the characters after, and then they uglify them as if they never needed the actor to begin with.
It's kind of interesting.
Because Anita Sarkeesian is ugly as fuck, and she's got her fucking fingers in all these pots.
Well, I remember the design for Miranda Lawson in Mass Effect 2. The original design, she was a German, blonde, beautiful woman, and they chose an Australian. Yvonne Strahovski, I believe, and they changed her hair color to black, and I didn't mind that.
Brunette.
I didn't mind the change in hair color, but there was really no need to do that, but it worked out.
Well, I mean, raven hair chicks are harder than blonde chicks, so
it's at that point it's a preference
all the way.
Yeah, at that point it's a preference, but the original design was a blonde, so maybe it didn't work out with the modeling. Maybe blonde, the color of the blonde hair did not work very well. How they textured her hair and how that looked with the shaders. Maybe they say, okay, we'll just keep it black and solve our problems. There's lots of things that go into designing a character. So with Abby, I don't know. What did they do? I couldn't tell you. Anyway, what they forgot to mention is the amount of effort it takes for the lady to maintain that body. This is true.
Yes.
She is a CrossFitter. She is working out a lot. So, and if you don't know CrossFit is like you're mediocre at everything in the gym. So you can do anything, but you're not the best at it.
CrossFit is the perfect training program if you want to minimize muscle gain and maximize joint damage.
It's intense. It's very intense. Yeah, it's a lot of random.
It's intensely stupid. Don't do it.
There's kettlebells. There's all sorts of things you do, jumping and spinning
jumping around with weights over your head. That's going to do great things for your lower back and your knees and your feet and your shoulders and your spine.
Well, you know what?
Neck.
If some people can enjoy
in general,
can get any sort of health benefits from CrossFit, I think it's great. It depends on how intense it is, I think. So, with any exercise, though. Anyway. Vladimir Dragunov, I think transitioning would be at the bottom of your priority list in the post-apocalypse. We all agree to that.
Yeah,
yes,
I would think
we
not
talked
dying.
about that. I think
not
yesterday.
Dying would be the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we talked about that yesterday. Also, this is what, 20 years into the apocalypse or something. What you told me. More, whatever. Knowledge gets lost so quickly. Like one generation, you don't teach one thing and it's gone. You have to rediscover it. And all the nonsense the socialists have put out, the lies that they have put out about this medical condition, they would be gone within an instant. Next generation, gone.
Yeah.
Second generation, after that, nobody remembers the shit they came up with. So if anyone's born with gender dysphoria at some point, this will be just like it was for people pre the boom of social media. You have no fucking clue what's even going on. And you just do your thing and your body feels weird and that's it.
Yeah,
maybe you have your odd interests, but odd interests alone don't make you trans. And you don't call yourself. Nobody who has the actual condition wants to be called trans. You want to be called the other sex because that's what's going on in your head. That's what your body feels like while it isn't.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
That's why we talk about all these folks online that it's hip to be trans. What's the term?
To be trans.
Fashionable.
Yeah, it's just
fashionable. That's why we started calling them trenders.
Trenders. There we go.
It's all histrionics. It's Münchhausen syndrome. They make up a condition because they get brownie points for it. Just like in the 80s, there were some men who claimed to be gay because that got them attention and pity and other social bonuses. While it was so hard for the gays, there were men who claimed to be gay to get brownie points within their social circles. Just as there are women who claim to be bisexual and never had a same-sex partner just to not be the boring one in the group. And now we're at the point where you don't just get special attention, you get treated on a cushion by society. You get special treatment. You get insulated.
All right.
Unless, of course, you do not agree with the socialist madness, then you get ostracized even if you have the actual condition. Actually, they don't like people with the actual condition. They only like the fakers, because the people with the actual condition tend to know what's going on. And that is that the SJWs silence us and make up their fantasy bullshit about our condition in order to push their bullshit agenda, which is part their the blank slate theory, which they require in order to make communism work, because communism doesn't work for humans. Doesn't.
It's anti-human.
It's basically communism is essentially someone came up with the super awesome system of how to run society. The only problem is that, well, humans don't work with that.
It
system.
destroys
so we
civilization.
Need to change the humans.
It destroys civilization is what ends up happening. So
because they have a system that is totally perfect until you introduce humans to it, and. Which means, if you actually wanted to do something good for humanity, you would design a system that works with humans. But that's not what they're doing. They have this perfect idea of how society should run. That is nothing. Maybe there's an alien species with which it works. I don't know. But because humans don't work with that system, we need to change the humans. But since there are some such horrible things as biology and epigenetics, humans, we can't completely change humans to the way they would work for communism. So we come up with the blank slate theory that posits that everything is socialization. There are no biological factors. We define it as that, and then it works. And they used the medical condition of that is nowadays called gender dysphoria, a bit ill-chosen term, as a stepping stone in order to justify the blank slate theory. While if you look into the condition from a true scientific standpoint and not a pseudo-scientific standpoint of the socialists, if you look at it from a real scientific standpoint, it proves the blank slate theory wrong. It's not for the blank slate theory, it's evidence against it.
Yeah, it reminds me of a friend of mine. So basically there was a revolution, Egyptian revolution in 2011, and let's just say it wasn't fun. And my friend made a post saying like because it didn't fix anything, in fact, make things nearly worse. And he said like this whole revolution was kind of pointless. This whole socialist revolution was kind of pointless, and it nearly got worse. In fact, we nearly got a president who's part of a domestic terrorist organization and escaped from prison. A president. He was a president for around a year, and when he criticized the revolution, like how many people died, saying like these deaths were pretty pointless. People just kept like insulting him, telling him it was like no, they were sacrifices, and they were they had to, because we can't, like, we don't have the whole SJW shtick, so we just say, like, no, you're a traitor, or you're, like, you don't care about your country, or whatever the fuck. Just complete fucking bullshit. Yeah. That's socialism for you.
All right, let's keep going. Here's Jake the Surgeon, and then we'll get started. Everyone objectifies everyone. That's fine. I don't see a problem with that. I would go a step further. So everyone objectifies existence. That's how we think. That's how we see things. They're objects. Even atoms we can't see, we objectify, because that's what they are. They're objects. I want I want to backflip into a wood chipper while on fire? What? Okay. Are you frustrated, Jake? Are you okay? Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. I'll let that one go. Let's just keep going.
Views of women and the massive double standards
Such
they'll
as?
hold them to compared to the male ones. So
Such
I want
as?
to talk about today in this video Aloy, like I said, Abby from The Last of Us Part 2, Tifa from Final Fantasy VII and the remake. And basically what I want to talk about is how often gamers see female characters as basically just there to gratify, I guess, their urges. Or
Everything in a game is to gratify the player. Yes, this is true.
Okay, Kavernacle, shut the fuck up.
It doesn't matter if it's visuals or gameplay or what. It doesn't matter. It's if it looks cool and it's fun to play, you're gonna enjoy it. That's the point. If it doesn't look cool, it doesn't fun to play, you're not gonna like it.
Hey, Kavernacle.
Yeah.
Like people like gamers like looking at things that are not ugly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Big Brain.
I would go.
Who would have ever figured that out?
I would go the next step and say it's not gamers. It's just people like attractive things. It's fun. It's simple.
Yes.
People like playing Mario
Physical
Kart
appearance.
today. After 30, I don't know, like 20 or 30 versions of it already, they still want to buy and play Mario Kart because it's fun. It's colorful. It's cute.
Yeah. No, it's kind of surprising about physical appearance. There's like first impressions. Yeah, one of them is physical appearance. If a guy looks ugly or dirty or whatever, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go around this guy.
It's the same with girls, with guys. It's the same thing. We look at people and go, do I want to spend time with this person? And why is that?
Exactly.
There's lots of people I meet that are just fun to be around because they like the same things I do. They enjoy it. We enjoy our time together. It's not some weird sexual thing. It's just you're a cool dude. That's it. There's multiple reasons why you like a character in a story. And I listed a few in my book I wrote because that was kind of the focus of characters in the book I wrote. Why you like them? What are the factors? What are the categories? And once you understand that as a writer, you go, oh, I could make a character like Batman, who's not a very likable guy because he goes around beating people and breaking the law, but he does it for a higher purpose. He has a higher calling, and no one else is doing what he can do. So it's like, oh,
he may not be lovable, but he's interesting. He is
a compelling character. Yes. So you'd want to get to know a guy who devotes his life to doing that, because that would be freaking awesome. It's like, holy shit, it's Batman. That's cool. So wouldn't want to date him though. Anyway,
exist to please them aesthetically, and like I said, I want to talk about the double standard. For example, in terms of the backlash to Abby from The Last of Us Part 2, many people talked about how realistic it was for a woman to look like this.
Yes.
But none of these people talk about how realistic it is for Marcus Phoenix and literally every single male soldier in the Gears of War games.
Kill yourself. You fucking retard. Kill yourself.
Whoa.
Those men are super soldiers in a fucking organized military. The military wants those guys to be as big as fucking possible so they can kill the fucking alien bugs that are trying to eat them. You fucking retard. This is a post-apocalypse that The Last of Us 2 takes place in. There are no supply lines. You have to forage and find and grow shit all the fuck over again. Kavernacle, where are you gonna find... Okay, to hit your macros properly for bulking, it's 40-40-20. Fat, protein, carbohydrate. Where are you gonna find beef and salmon and avocados and nuts in just like California, right? Like, do you know that like plants and shit grow, like different plants grow in different areas? Of course you don't. You're a fucking communist. Why did I even ask that question? He's a fucking communist. Of course he doesn't know how growing food works. This fucking moron.
He's growing chocolate oranges.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gonna fucking plant a chocolate orange tree.
Yeah, magically appear on his doorstep every time people give him a subscribe or something like that. I can't remember what how that
God
works.
damn. But you cannot compare super soldiers with a dedicated supply line from a futuristic space travel video game to a supposedly realistic post-apocalypse game.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, like, you got shit like Fallout, right? Like, they're starting to build shit back, and they were in the future, so yeah, there's gonna be some future tech and shit. There's gonna be, like, you got stimulants like Psycho Buff.
Yeah, that's artifacts.
And Mentats. Those are, like, yeah, like, some of those shits are still gonna exist, right? But they still have to find that. They don't have dedicated, like, production, like, assembly lines for that stuff.
Yeah, and if I recall, that was more rare in Fallout.
Yeah.
These kind of people, yeah.
All right, here is Jake the Surgeon. Cabercuck, hand over your testosterone. You've lost your privilege. Oh.
What testosterone? There are 95-year-old women with more testosterone than Kavernacle here. I'm pretty sure. I will bet you any amount of money that that beard and that mustache is a fucking stage prop that he puts spirit gum to adhere to his fucking face. He can't fucking grow a beard.
He uses his own coom.
All right.
It's okay, yeah, it's just fucking dried coom. He's got his fucking Rainbow Dash jar that he fills every once in a while, and as soon as his beard starts to sleep, he just dips his hand in there, mushes it on his face, and hears his beard again, and then makes another video about how reactionaries are ridiculous and are fuck off, fucking retard.
Let's keep going.
God damn.
Jake the Surgeon, context is gay. Yeah, you kind of need to know these stories before you start talking about other it's really a straw man to start, they don't argue about this character from that game. It's like, that's a totally different game. Why would you even bring that up?
Entirely different environment, different setting, different everything.
Yeah, I don't understand. And plus the narrative isn't that focused on their lifestyle, like how they eat and sleep and exercise. Like, that's not the point of the story. You can assume many things in stories because the narrative doesn't care. But when it does care, when we see an exercise routine of Abby, we go, oh, let's ask an expert. And they go, yeah, that wouldn't work. We could have assumed many things if they did not include that clipboard. We could have said, oh, maybe she does do a lot of, upper body strength.
Very few assumptions.
Yeah, like we would
I'm
have
not
to.
even an expert and I know that shit won't work just because I know steady state cardio sucks. You can't put steady state cardio in the middle of your fucking bulk out routine and expect to have gains.
All right, here's Guy Arai again. In Resident Evil 7, Chris was ugly, and then they fixed him in 8. No one cried about the objectification of men there. If he was a lady, we'd be having a different conversation.
Here's the thing. I prefer to look at not ugly men too, Kavernacle.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I like shit like Fists of the North Star and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Baki the Grappler. Because muscular, handsome dudes beating the shit out of each other is fucking cool. I don't want to... I can go to any... Like I said earlier, I spray homeless people off of the properties I work at every fucking day, Monday to Friday. I see ugly people all the goddamn time. I don't want to come home and boot up my PC and plug in my fucking controller or like set up my mouse and keyboard and play a video game where I have to stare at ugly people for 16 hours. I play video games to escape the ugly people.
All right. Here's Vladimir. Again, thank you. Also, Gears of War doesn't take place on Earth. You can argue that those are different species of humans or something. Well, it's in the future. We have all this space age technology. And again, the focus is not their exercise routine. It's not even... it's not a big deal. to consider.
I'm honestly surprised. Oh, go ahead.
Even if it isn't like their focus, like we could still make a reasonable assumption considering this is a military. We know, like, okay, they have future tech. They of course have a dedicated amount of effort to exercise and build up their bodies that way. Abby, this is a fucking apocalypse. Or like, how the hell does she like? We have very limited resources. The apocalypse is pretty much recent, but also in the same time it's pretty late. So it's like 20 years or more. So it's like it's recent in the same time you'd lose a lot of resources, you'd lose a lot of shit. Considering like you look at a lot of the buildings and how abandoned they are, like you'd lose.
We reverted back to city states in The Last of Us.
Something like that, yeah.
City states at best, tribes at worst.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh well, Gears of War and Last of Us. It's like, are you retarded, mate? Like, what?
I'm honestly surprised he didn't bring up Senator Armstrong as the double standard. Like, wow, the reactionaries, I don't complain about Senator Armstrong. Yeah, that's because he's got nanomachines, son. You fucking idiot.
Son.
All right, let's keep going with two more. Here's Tyler Preston. Fake geeks like Kavernacle seem to believe that muscular women was never a thing in media until Abby came along. There's a trope called Amazonian beauty that proves them dead wrong. Men do like strong women. Yeah, it's called the comic books. They've been around for dozens and dozens of years, decades even. So we've had them. We've seen them. That we like when you don't have to assume many things when you're superpowered and it's magic. And there's lots of characters who have superhuman strength and they naturally have physiques that come out of nowhere. So depending on the author, how this is explained, I know Spider-Man sort of just built up physique because spider powers. His physique was changing. His body was changing. So it's like, all right, fine. It's enough to get the story going. We don't need to know what he eats. We don't know how he exercises. We just need to see him get stronger. And he does. He fights really, was it quickly? He sees things a lot faster, which doesn't make too much sense. But that's the idea. He suddenly has senses and strengths he never had before as a result of this magical spider bite. It's enough. Yeah. And they do the effort. They go to the effort. He goes to school and he gets into a fight, and everything's in slow motion to him. He's like, wow, I could jump out of the way and do this and that and punch a guy. He goes flying. It's like, wow, that's it. He realizes he can now become a superhero or whatever. Great. Not all comics are the same, so obviously there are some bad examples, but we have gone over this trope long, long time ago. So nothing new. All right. Swedish Chef. I can't listen to this content creator's voice. It's so grating. And I watched your old stream featuring Lily Orchard. Oh, well, keep being you, Wisped. All right. Thank you, Wisped. Someone was just thanking you. That's okay. Don't worry. Oh, we got one more from Vladimir. Vlad, you are just churning out the super chats. Senator Armstrong had better motivations than Abby, that being to end pointless wars. Well, that's a whole other discussion when you're talking about the narrative of revengeance.
Using war as a business to end war as a business.
Supposedly.
Apparently.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to get into that, or else Kavernacle will have a field day talking about war. So, let's go.
They do in this post-apocalypse setting that is the Gears of War franchise. Again, it's a pretty weird double standard, but we're going to get into all...
So, wait a second. Gears of War is a post-apocalyptic scenario?
No.
It's a war zone.
No. Do you understand what genres are?
Gears of War is a war zone. I didn't even play Gears of War. It's a war zone. It's a military versus an alien military.
Fucking Fallout is closer to The Last of Us 2 than Gears of War is.
Exactly. Oh my god. Alright.
Anyway, let's go.
All of that. So I'm going to plug my Patreon and my social media for like a minute.
Give me your money so that I can continue to be a worthless sponge on society.
My work on this channel is consider becoming I'm
just skipping.
At Instagram, Thursday on this channel, and I put the archive.
Follow me on my
what inspired
Instagram
the
so you
video.
can
It's
see
pretty
my
much
retarded pictures.
why I can never leave Twitter. So many good ideas for videos. But basically, someone tweeted, "Is it me, or is Sony be making their lead female protagonist look masculine as hell? Barely no curves or rough, non-feminine features, unlike the average woman.
Yes.
Like cough cough, The Last of Us 2's Ellie. Just my 2 cents. Pick from the game on the left, fan made on the right. Higher fans." Now, the history of this picture is actually pretty hilarious.
Okay, the one on the right is the one on the right is a problem because that is. She's got. You can tell she's got fucking eyelashes and makeup and everything.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work.
Both are problematic for different reasons.
Yes. The other one, she's fat, even though she's supposed to be an athletic, like fucking hunter.
And women are more athletic. Why not exploit that? What the fuck?
Like, and this is just like, this is the kind of shit, like, women look like this now because we have enough comforts to afford for them to look like this now.
Yeah, thank God for that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, women actually like to look attractive. It's true, but not when you're in the future post-apocalyptic world of dinosaur robots. So
that no longer becomes priority in any way.
It's a little different, yeah. A little different priorities for women in that time period. Anyway.
Different priorities for everyone.
Yeah.
Fan picture was actually as like a satire post on gaming circlejerk on Reddit. So it was
the circlejerk on
titled, "Hey everyone, I decided to make a less political Aloy by giving her like ridiculous makeup and everything." So there are the two pictures. I'm going to get back into this whole thing, but obviously he was memed and mocked on Twitter, and he says, "A lot of butthurt people on here for an opinion wanting to see more feminine women in video games where a female lead is presented. I thought freedom of speech existed in the US. Wow, the world has gone too far. All I hear is a bunch of beta males on here. Very unfortunate. More butthurt, I suppose. I love feminine women, and I just want to see more of it. These women are very beautiful and got makeup on. Also, they're heroes or warriors. People act like women never presented with makeup in a badass role at the same time. It's all fiction."
Again, all those women exist in a world where they can have, you don't have to worry about food and shelter.
Yeah. They have the luxury to do so.
Yes. Also, that's Celine in the upper right. She's a vampire. Of course she's going to be extra attractive. Like, part of the whole vampire lore is that they're fucking seductive. So of course she's going to look more attractive. Also, that's Black Widow on the bottom right. She uses her seduction as a fucking point in her spying and her information gathering.
And I'm assuming that's Wonder Woman on the bottom left, which is...
Yeah, she's a fucking... She's a daughter of Zeus. Of course she's going to be hot as fuck.
She's demigod, yeah. So, anyway.
Character threats for the past 2 days in my DMs now. So he posts pictures of like Halle Berry as Storm, Kate Beckinsale, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. And he finishes with, "Ladies and gentlemen, remember, truth triggers lies don't. We need to let truth become popular again and stop sugarcoating. The world has become too soft. Most adults have no backbone anymore. Bunch of people who live and wait to be triggered. Such a sad and pathetic existence."
Why did you even read
this
that?
This guy posts that without any sense of irony, that he's literally getting triggered by like one of the few female...
No. He's a very popular Twitter user who posted his opinion, and people are reacting to him, and he's trying his best to deal with it. That's it.
Bro, Kavernacle, you're getting triggered by people disagreeing with you. You are no better than that guy.
Exactly. Like, I don't agree with that guy either, but you're no better. You're actually probably worse.
That last tweet...
pot, use the kettle.
That last tweet was useless. Like, there's no reason to read that. It had nothing to do with the topic. He's just having a personal reaction to people not liking his opinions. Like, yeah, and how does that have to do with the topic?
Yeah, and what are you doing right now, Kavernacle?
Yeah, your entire video is about anti-SJWs. Because some guy, as silly as his opinion is, he just likes attractive women. I mean, that's not the end of the world for an opinion. I don't see what's wrong with that. It's just
Is for communists.
it's just the fact that he made a character.
Welcome to most males.
I know, but he made a character that in that world wouldn't make too much sense. So the people who know the world, who know the game, go, wait a second, girls don't look like that in that world. That wouldn't make sense. Yes, we understand you want attractive girls, but there are attractive girls who don't have makeup. He could have drawn or created an alloy or another character that didn't have makeup on and had great facial structure. There's lots of examples of that. So he went the other route, the simple route, which is just painting it on. So anyway, not a big problem. It's all theoretical, so not a big deal.
Protagonist games that isn't very overly sexualized, and I think it speaks to
makeup does not. You could argue makeup makes you sexualized. I just think it brings out the features you already have. You can't.
Makeup makes you sexualized like beards make men sexualized.
Yeah, if you're putting lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. I'm not like it's like what the hell are you doing? Doesn't make sense. If you have a woman who's already attractive, and you're adding blush or foundation or doing this with the hair, then you're allowing certain features to come out more, which people like. It's all about balance when you're talking about makeup. It's not about, crazy, what's the, with the, not JoJo, I'm talking about like drag, like the over the top makeup and crazy eyeshadow and just stupid things for embellishment.
You're still talking about JoJo, especially part 5.
JoJo does have a few embellishments.
And 6 and 7 and 8.
They like to have lots of makeup. This is true. That's part of the appeal. So anyway.
How realistic these guys' expectation of women in general are. Yes, in superhero movies, you often have these actresses wearing the makeup and looking, great and stuff.
So,
but it's not very realistic to a game world. And
yes.
If they wanted to take it into another direction, where these superheroes weren't always wearing makeup, that would be perfectly fine. Because if you're sweating all the time, fighting bad guys, wearing makeup probably isn't the best thing to do. Now, in the context of the Horizon Zero Dawn world, even like
a lot of superheroes use makeup to cover their identity. So, like Batman.
Like there's
that for one.
Yeah.
Do you know the historical origin or use of eyeliner, kajal, or whatever you call it in your thingy, in English?
It's similar to the black face paint that I'll put that football players put on their cheeks, right? It's to reduce sun glare.
Yeah, in a way. The Egyptians used that in order to protect their eyes. It wasn't or not primarily as to make yourself look more attractive. I have to look up the details again, though.
Okay, no problem. Here's Vladimir Dragonov. Does not words right? Are you okay? Are you talking it to yourself, or are you talking about Kavernacle? I don't know, but don't worry about it. Don't just chill out. Here's a $20 super chat from Jake the Surgeon. Hey Jake, here I am breaking me back, writing this long ass sin script for Godzilla versus Kong. Oh, cool. Knowing it won't get a lot of views, but this soilet excretes this nonsense from his oral hole and gets more than me in the last month. He has built up a fan base of people who like this crap, so that's just how it goes.
Fools and their money are easily parted.
Yeah, don't worry about how these people go about their business. This is what they do. So, that's life. Yeah, there's lots of crazy. That's the great thing about freedom of expression. You can say crazy shit, and there's other crazy people who like that shit. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Jake the Surgeon, one more time. Why must I butcher the English language like Kavernacle does to my brain cells? My brand cells. I like brand cells better. Oh, brand. Okay. Let's keep going.
Wearing makeup is pretty ridiculous. Like, how is she going to be wearing?
No, it's not.
Just like Abby looking like the fucking 60s TV show Hulk or 70s TV show Hulk looks just as ridiculous.
He made a picture of an attractive alloy with makeup. Yes, that is silly. It's not ridiculous. It doesn't make sense within the context of the world she's in, but he did it to say, I like attractive women. That was the point.
That's probably what she would look like if she had access to makeup.
Yeah.
It's not some impossible. He's not like bulking her up, or he's not like slimming her down. It's just face paint.
Exactly.
It's not a big deal.
It may be contrived, but it's not like beyond.
Yeah.
Or overly beyond like a reasonable assertion.
The lore.
Well, Abby's like, whoa.
Yeah, the lore would not preclude it to happen, but you know what? If she really, really wanted to, I bet she could find some dyes. I bet she could find some animals or something, some plant life, and excrete some whatever material from that plant life and make color and apply it to her face. It probably wouldn't be that complicated, but it's not an impossibility compared to let's change her entire physique in a realistic post-apocalyptic world where this doesn't sound or look believable. Anyway, let's go.
Like eyeliner, lipstick, lip gloss, and have her eyebrows all done and stuff. It just kind of looks silly. But Aloy isn't even an ugly character. I think they're like in their early 20s. They're perfectly normal. Like pretty and everything.
Aloy is a woman, you fuck.
At all. The photo they chose was deliberately trying to make her ugly because she's got a scowl on her face. But if you look at other photos,
that's not just a scowl.
But it shows the ridiculous, sexualization and expectations these people have. These are the guys.
A woman sitting with her hand in her chin is ridiculous sexualization. Is that what just happened?
No. He's talking about this person who is sexualizing with that one photo he made.
Okay, so is women putting on their own makeup ridiculous sexualization? Because they do it to themselves all the goddamn time. Some women will not leave the house without the ridiculous sexualization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. An hour just to get the clothes right and the neckline deep enough. Oh, but don't look at my neckline.
Yeah, you're a dog for doing that. It's like, why did you do it?
I'll just stick with looking at your tits then.
Yeah, but part of this is Kavernacle I don't think Kavernacle can understand this because he is emotionally dead and his facial expressions are very limited. Otherwise, he might know that if you actually, genuinely, really, I know you love these words, smile, then your cheeks, they puff up. And it looks like your face looks completely different. And when you are not doing that and your facial muscles are just relaxed and just hanging down, then you look like one Kavernacle, renegade cut, or like most of the pictures we just saw of Aloy, where she just has this I'm looking at the distance, there might be some prey. It's not necessarily something you super enjoy and smile about. Facial expressions, they change how your face looks.
Yeah, it's kind of important to have an attractive looking protagonist because you're going to be looking at that character in a movie or a game for a very long time. I know that sounds superficial, but it really helps to have a nice thing to talk for your voice on the screen and to look reasonably attractive. It doesn't have to be this perfect Adonis of a man or whatever, but just enough to be like, okay, I'm not offended by my character unless you wanted that.
Sarcastic Hawk wanted me to tell you that his girlfriend thinks you have a lovely radio voice that's putting her to sleep in a good way.
Oh, well, thank you, random person.
Well, don't cuck Hawk while he's listening to Smudcast. Goddamn, man.
Whatever is happening in Hawk's world, bravo, sir. Keep doing it.
Yeah. Oh, and the whole sweat thing is not the issue. There is something in Germany annually called the Wave Gothic Treffen, which is a big Gothic meetup in Leipzig every year, and where you get everything from the really well caretaking goths to the absolute mental trash heaps, and that's in the height of summer. It's damn hot. Everybody's sweating. And everybody is in very full makeup. Probably not everybody, but lots of people. Sweat's not a problem. Crying, that can ruin your makeup very quickly. Sweat? Not so much. And yeah, for battle, so what? Depends on what you're doing.
There are some
Maybe your
women that
battle
have
is
more
with
rhythms.
finding a guy.
That's definitely true in the case of these fucking sock just female comic book characters.
So
Okay.
which part of it?
We are 6 minutes and 17 seconds in. Still nothing of any value has been stated aside from him not liking a tweet by some guy I've never heard of before. Fantastic. Let's go.
Who have like no problem playing Joel from The Last of Us, who's like very like disheveled, a beard that is very shaggy with grey bits in it, wearing like a very, very like dirty outfit. That's fine.
What you would
and
look
Joel
like in
is
the
like
apocalypse.
okay shape, but not amazing shape. But these guys don't mind that. They don't say, "Oh, I want a more."
It's a guy. It's literally a guy.
Yeah. Joel is a man. Joel is a man, you retard. It's not surprising to us that men have man muscles, Kavernacle.
Yeah. And not to mention, Joel did a lot of, like, was with bandits, he helped hunters. He has a long history of violence, and before the apocalypse, man. So, he already had the resources.
I mean, is the argument we want Joel to be more attractive? Why don't we?
I don't even know.
Listen, as much as I want Joel to be shaped like Jonathan Joestar, it wouldn't make sense for him to be that big in the post-apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
His physique is fine for the setting, and his body type, and his sex.
His physique, considering like he was a bandit, and he goes to the field and fights. Yeah, it's pretty average for your average soldier. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that was weird. Let's keep going.
Masculine Joel, who has like a really trendy haircut, has a.
Are you serious right now?
Trendy what?
He has a trendy haircut.
He lives in a city-state that has electricity. They don't have to constantly face the horde out in the cold, living in tents like fucking nomads. They have walls. They have food supplies. Like, the fucking bigot gave Ellie a steak sandwich. They have access to cattle, Kavernacle.
I think they have access to scissors too, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
But you don't even need scissors. The fact that they have electricity, if they have electricity and can scrounge up a fucking clipper, a set of clippers, that's all you need.
Yeah. Like, there's a complete difference between complete physical appearance and a fucking haircut.
And this is not an elaborate haircut. This is just a short trim. This is nothing special. It's not a buzz cut.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a tie. It's not a tie back undercut. It's nothing fancy. It's just shortly cut. Someone had scissors. I think we can guess. Yes, scissors exists. It's not.
It's
hard.
almost like scissors are two sharp pieces of metal connected in the middle.
Yeah, on a pivot point. It's like, oh my god, we need blacksmithing. We have to go mine some ore. We have to smelt it. We have to put it into a certain shape. Like, oh my god, it's like maybe we found some. It's not like we can just find cattle, okay, and eat cattle, and we can raise no, it's scissors. You find scissors everywhere. It's not hard.
Any sharp object, done.
Yeah, a knife would work. Anyway, this is silly. Anyway.
Nice, like, stylized trim beard and wearing like a muscle tee or something at all times, which is really clean. And you often wonder what these gamers in real life, how they must view women, or if they actually interact with any women.
Oh, like you do. At all.
Yeah, I doubt this guy interacts with me. And regarding the fucking stylized trim beards, like, okay, my beard looks close to that. When I trim my beard, it looks awful. You'd be surprised, like, when a person doesn't trim his beard, like, it looks better this way. It grows, like, pretty much grows naturally.
This is a. I can't even believe we're talking about the facial hair of Joel for not looking attractive enough to him.
No, I think it's not ugly enough.
Yeah.
It's not disheveled enough because whatever.
Again, Joel lives in a city-state that has electricity.
Yeah. Hell, I never thought his beard was trimmed.
Well, the fact that he attacked gamers as a whole, whatever that means, and their views on women, like as if there's some sort of adolescence or pre-adolescence that, I only like certain kinds of supermodels. Like, well, no. Gamers of all types like all kinds of women for different reasons. So when we play games, we live in a fantasy world where we expect things to be awesome and fun and cool. So that's it.
It just proves Bear's theory that this guy's fucking mustache and beard isn't actually real.
I don't know, man. It's a strange take. I've never heard someone say that. What do gamers think of women? Like, who cares? What does that matter?
You need to be quiet most of the time.
To think that is both not feminine and ugly, and that this design that they posted, which was just a satire thing, is some sort of an improvement. And obviously,
it is. I will argue the picture he made
it's just a joke.
Looks better. That was the point. It's not supposed to be realistic. It's just one guy drawing a picture or whatever, and he's going, look what I can do. Why can't they do that? And then everyone else going, well, realism doesn't make sense in that setting, yada yada. I will still argue it looked better because obviously if you're going to use makeup, a woman will look better. So I'm sure some other definitions of the facial structure and the eyebrows and the eyes were brought out more. So you can make a better looking female in that game. Yes. But they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Simple experiment. Anyway. Here's Geo on Twitter. Yay.
People were memeing. This was my favorite one. Basically talking about Nickelodeon. So, is it me or Nickelodeon be making their lead female protagonist look masculine as hell? Barely no curves or rough non-feminine features, unlike the average woman. Pick from the game on the left, fan on the right, higher fans low. And that is like basically how ridiculous it looks. So Aloy isn't.
No.
Leftoid memes are hilarious, aren't they? That was just woo boy. Oh man.
Fucking hell, I don't even agree with the first guy when he complained about Horizon, but like, this is complete straw man. Like, they're both bad takes. Yeah, let's go on.
Very character, which I think is a good thing. I really like Aloy as a character. But to show you how ridiculous gamer standards are with this stuff, they're not even satisfied by like the new Lara Croft because she's not as sexualized as she used to be. Now the new Lara Croft.
Well, it's not just visuals that's the problem, but
this is not Lara Croft.
I was never interested in Tomb Raider, to be honest. Am I connected?
That's just some average chick with emotional issues.
Yeah.
And then when the gameplay starts, she suddenly can do all the things that she's struggling with in the cutscenes.
Yeah, not only that, it's like her physique. She somehow overpowers like way larger men. Like, how does she do that? Yeah.
All right.
Is like extremely good looking, and obviously if you're looking at it from a sexual aspect, she does have like appealing sexual features and stuff as well. But these guys are often so
Ooh, which guys? Give us an argument.
Desperate, they have to sexualize women in the most extreme fashion. Now, I hope this is a troll. People in the reactions on Steam seem to think it's a troll. But then I'm going to show how there are people who feel this way. So someone posting on a Steam community thread, why did they change Lara Croft to look like an ugly boy? The old Lara was hot and liked by men and women alike. Now she's just an SJW looking middle school boy with a bummy dirt face. Why did they ruin his character to appease groups of people who don't even like video games? Feminists? What's the deal here, people? Why did you let this kind of thing slide? Why do you like it? You let me down big time. So again, I hope that's a troll. But then someone on Twitter actually did kind of talk about this stuff as well with their own redesigns. So someone says, bring classic Lara Croft back. Listen, I even made you some guides some time ago. There aren't many excuses anymore. And this guy has basically given a design of the old style of Lara Croft. So she's wearing extremely tight tank top, which really emphasizes her.
Yeah, that was a classic look.
Really short shorts, which emphasize her legs and her ass, and she's got those like big long boots.
Yeah,
and
that's
of course,
the original
this is Lara
design.
Croft's old design. But like
You
with
have a
Lara
problem
Croft
with big
stuff,
tits?
the women in their video games have to be like the most sexualized. They can't just be pretty and good looking. Someone like
Kavernacle, really. So, for example, Bayonetta doesn't have very big tits. She is mostly ass and legs. Why do you SJWs have a problem all the time with anything bigger than a B cup? It's always a woman has a non-fat woman has larger breasts than a B cup, and you people say, "Oh, she's sexualized." Dude, that's fucking nature. And men and women like looking at pretty women. Pretty and sexy are very close together. They're not exactly the same thing, but they're very close together. Why is it you people always insisting that we deflate all the women? And not the belly, only the tits.
Oh, they inflate the belly.
Yeah.
Here is...
And this depiction that we saw of Lara Croft, there are lots of women who look like that, but you wouldn't know Kavernacle because they look like that under their baggy clothes.
There are a lot of women that look like Uzaki-chan, but guys like this fucking moron, said, "Oh, that's unrealistic and sexualized."
It's because he never saw a woman.
Yes, he's
At least
never
not
met a
with our
short
clothes.
woman with big tits before. Guess what, Kavernacle? Those are the women I go after all the goddamn time. They exist. There are a lot of them. A lot of them.
Here's Jake the Surgeon. This is a hasty generalization. That's totally not a fallacy. I don't think generalizations are his only problem.
Yeah, being a flat brain is his main one.
Well...
Oh god, okay.
Am I wrong?
Someone in
Am
the
I
chat
wrong
says...
here?
Someone in the chat emphasizes that Kavernacle is talking about the tank top being unrealistic for a fight scenario. Dude, when you have large breasts, you want them secure in a high movement scenario, which is a fight scenario as well as any other athletic stuff. In my book, when you have big tits and you do big athletic stuff and fighting and fighting stunts and all of that, you are a fucking hero because you need to keep those babies in place.
Sorry,
That usually means sports bra, maybe 2 sports bras, and you want a tight tank top so they don't go flopping around. Because if you want to know how much it fucking hurts to just ungracefully jump down stairs and your tits fly all over the place, tearing at the skin, that hurts like fucking hell. Maybe you should get a bit overweight and develop some man tits so you can try it out.
Guy in the chat, have you ever watched a female UFC fight? Do you know what they're wearing on the tops? Have you looked at that article of clothing before? What it kind of resembles, right?
I think Kavernacle is complaining about the sexy looks and the in his eyes too sexy clothing. He's doing it. Sometimes he's doing it directly, sometimes he's doing it between the lines, but overall he doesn't sound any different than a fundamentalist Christian Puritan. And I don't know whether he believes in that, because you would need to be gay to not, and a certain type of gay even, because there are a lot of gays who appreciate the female beauty still, not in a sexual attraction way, but they still see the beauty of it. But people like him, I don't fucking know what's even going on. Like, is he just saying these things to pander to the cult that he's a part of?
Yes.
Like, this is the script, and he has to run it down.
Yes.
It's basically that. It's literally that. Like, like normal people love good-looking women. It's like, okay, we gotta hate that now. We don't want like regular, natural people. Fuck that noise.
All right.
That's against communism.
Here's Here's Vladimir Dragunov. Big boobs bad. Yeah, apparently. Alex Halo. And if it isn't, Alex Halo, so we have to think in terms of anime now. And if it is a flat chest anime girl, SJWs call you a P. Pedophile.
Yeah.
Which is oftentimes projection. If you are lurking around in their servers, man, they love the underdeveloped girls and boys. Holy shit. It's disgusting.
Right. Let's not go that. Let's focus on.
But now, like, women with small titties can be attractive because a lot of the times they have big fat asses.
Ah.
Yeah, and there are guys that is basically very generalized. There's two types of guys. One type is into boobs, the other is into asses. And while they can appreciate the other, they don't much care about it. They have a primary focus, and that's all they care about. That's why there are a lot of guys who are fine with small tits. And some guys even prefer small tits because they sag less.
Yeah.
That's it. For every girl out there, there's a guy who will dig her. That's not a problem. The insecurity is just with the women.
The 1,000-pound sisters both have boyfriends.
They usually have several at the same time. It's baffling.
Right.
There's somebody out there for you, ladies.
Yeah. Oh, God.
All the overly obese, especially the insane ones, girls that I knew had several boyfriends at the same time, not always telling them of those several boyfriends, of course. One was even highly disabled, like from the waist down, disabled, and had some other issues.
What's the point of that?
And she complained to me. I had to because her mother asked me to walk her home because she was in a wheelchair, and on the way home she told me that she has this big trouble right now, for she has these two boyfriends, and she has to decide between them now. This girl, fat, not very smart, half numb from the waist down, soiling herself because she can't feel anything, with a tube in her head, complains to me that she has to choose between the two guys she's dating at the same time for half a year now.
I just imagine a fucking Borg drone for some reason when you said tube in the head. I don't know why.
and then feminists come around and tell me, I'm so oppressed.
Oh, no. Well, you should come to the Middle East.
This fucking wisp wheeling around the Borg queen with fucking tubes in her head in a wheelchair.
I couldn't make that up.
Men are amazing creatures, aren't they?
Interesting.
Goddamn right we are.
Okay, all right. Let's keep going.
Civilizations and shit.
Yeah. Let's go.
Laura, video game, he's a lot better looking than your average person and stuff, and obviously way out of the league of most gamers. She's got to actually look like how she did back in the day when she was extremely sexualized. Now this goes really nicely into...
she was sexy.
She's extreme. She has breasts. Oh my God, it's extremely sexual. Dude,
look, I despise how they use the word sexualized. Because that's something accurate. She is designed in this... The way she looks, that's her initial design. That is sexy. That is not yet sexualizing her. That is not yet making porn of her. That's just, here she is just standing there. And an attractive woman just standing there, and in whatever frame you would take it, these people would say, she's being sexualized. Because she's just standing there existing on the street.
Yeah.
And that's the... Maybe. It's with the London subway ad, or it was in the subway with a fit young woman on an advertisement poster for a gym. This girl had worked out hard. She's not unrealistic. She's an actual existing human being like the model that they used as the template for Abby, and then completely screwed. And feminists, obese feminists, that if you just look at them and have some experience with that, you see they have mental disorders, started a campaign to get that poster removed because it depicts unrealistic expectations of women. This is an unrealistic woman. So she literally exists. You are just lazy and jealous. And that's why you don't want attractive women who put some effort into their looks, into their health even. You don't want them to be seen. You want to wrap them up so that nobody can see them, so that there is less competition for you.
I like this one just because we're talking about video games. From Jake the Surgeon, dinosaurs that survived mass extinctions and remained unchanged for 66 million years is fine, but big boobs break immersion.
Yeah.
No, like
right.
The whole like sexy thing is like JoJo Bizarre. I don't watch JoJo Bizarre, but like according to like for women's standards, most of these men are pretty fucking sexy. Oh, Joel.
Damn right they are.
Yeah,
There's a reason why I'm working out to look like Wamu.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to look like Wamu?
Joel looks like, sexy for like your average guy in women's standards. Like, are we sexualizing men now by that logic? Amazing.
But here's the thing: people like being sexualized. People like to be found attractive by other people that they find attractive.
Yeah, it boosts your confidence.
Good looking.
Usually, it's a bit embarrassing in the beginning, but eventually, you just see the compliment.
I see nothing wrong.
Yeah, those fat people. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say there's nothing wrong with having attractive characters in a story for any reason, and you have to understand what that attraction is. And that's why we're a bit confused, because what people see in Abby, for example, they say, oh, well, she's a human. She has these friendships and she's got a sympathetic backstory. It's like, that's fine, but it's not enough.
Not true, though.
In people who actually know the narrative, it's like, okay, well, there's there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad. So it depends on your tolerance for each.
More bad.
Yeah, I would argue there is. So you need, in order to feel sympathy or empathy or any other kind of like, you have to list all these things. It's kind of like this silly thing my fourth grade supply teacher said, talking about the afterlife. I don't know why I brought this up, but she had this stack. If you do a lot of bad things in your life, you have a lot of good things in your life, they're going to weigh you when you die, whether you go to heaven or hell. I thought that was rather funny. As a kid in a Catholic school.
Unless your name's Bill Gates and you don't have a fucking soul or a conscience.
Oh, this is such a bad way to portray it, because it makes it look like, oh, if I do 5 good deeds, then I can do 4 bad deeds, and I still get out well.
It's a currency.
That's what psychopaths feel.
It's this weird currency where you're trying to appease the guy at the gates of heaven to,
These things don't outweigh each other, which is why I like the Egyptian model, where I think it's Thoth who does it, who puts the human heart, soul or heart, on a scale, and if it outweighs a feather, due to all its sins and all the darkness in it, if it outweighs a feather, you go to hell.
Yeah,
like that's a much better metaphor. It's like, don't do bad shit, no matter what, because that's the stuff you're being judged for.
Always avoid it.
Doesn't matter how many good things you do. But sometimes not doing a good thing is a really bad thing, but that is where courage comes in.
But hearts are heavier than feathers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they use a very heavy feather. It was a joke they used in that Neil Gaiman used in what was it? Shadow was the name of the character. American Gods.
It was American Gods too?
It was American Gods.
I remember in Lucifer, actually.
There was a chat with Thoth, and Thoth said, I will use a very heavy feather.
Oh, okay. Because if you don't remember Lucifer, that happens in that comic as well.
Oh, in American Gods, Shadow is at some point before fourth and when he dies, and because his heart is exactly as heavy as the feather, he's offered a third path. He's allowed to choose heaven, hell, or something else. He chooses something else. Because this usually doesn't happen.
Las Vegas.
I don't remember when it happened in Lucifer. What did you say?
Yeah, he went to Las Vegas. That was his third option.
I thought it was just reincarnation, as in continuing life or something.
Reincarnation in Las Vegas.
He's just at the crap stables, you know.
Well, I was referring to the Lucifer comic in 2018, not the original Mike Carey run. So maybe you haven't read that, but that's the better.
I don't want to read a reboot of that. I like the original too much.
Oh yeah, there was the bad one that came after. Then the 2018 is the better version of that. So it's
Hipster.
Oh, it's the better version of it's the better reboot of a reboot.
It's one way of putting it. Yeah, it is actually good.
You know what? I'll just stick with the original and ignore that anything came after it. Just like certain movies I kept mentioning to Bears that I've been watching the past few weeks.
Okay.
You listening to vinyls too, you fucking hipster?
Okay.
I'm so pissed at the Xenoblade 1 this collector's edition because they put the soundtrack in there on a fucking vinyl. Again, now I now have a vinyl of a soundtrack I can't listen to because it's on a fucking vinyl.
Hipster was confirmed.
No, I didn't know that was in there. I just wanted the fucking artbook.
No, it's too late. Your fate's sealed.
I don't even have a player for that crap.
No, too late.
Time to get your own custom.
I'm gonna spot you in Seattle wearing a fucking beanie and a fucking flannel shirt.
Now you're gonna.
Oh God, no, never. You will never see me in a flannel.
Whisper's now gonna get into like custom
so many reasons.
And custom cables and all these setups just to listen to vinyl. It's gonna get a collection of vinyls.
Dude, I a couple of friends from my long lost past. They had all the metal albums on vinyls.
Yeah, they like the sound better for some reason.
You're
you're not helping your case with this. Oh yeah,
I didn't understand. I mean, I cannot believe that you want to listen to Hammerfall on a vinyl. Like, that's the idea strikes me as odd.
Okay, well, Germans are a fascinating bunch of people when it comes to metal. So
Germans are a fascinating species.
Oh, they are fantastic, aren't they?
They are.
Bears.
All right, let's keep going. With Jake the Surgeon. Sorry, I already said that. With Mike Testa. Why Zach, of course, wouldn't want to look like Wamu. Zach?
No, I'm Bears.
Yeah.
What?
I think Zach. Zach didn't get that far in JoJo's. I don't think he knows who Wamu is.
No, he got two Wamu. He knows who Wamu is.
Oh, he does? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, any character in JoJo you want to look like. That's just maybe not the hairstyles.
Well, up until part 4, yes. they start getting too thin for my liking when part 5 hits.
Okay, all right. Here's Jake the Surgeon again. Kratos is a literal god that's made of pure Chad going around in a skirt.
I mean, he's Greek. Give him a break.
He's a Greek god, yeah. He's a literal Greek god. All right, Tyler Preston for the donation. Thank you. It's psychopaths relating to another psychopath. I don't want to say that. I don't know Kavernacle that well.
I do. I want to say that.
A sociopath.
I absolutely want to say that.
All right, that's the only conclusion that I can come to as to why people defend Abby. Makes much in regards to Jim Sterling's assigning defense video of The Last of Us 2.
And personally, because I keep talking about this shit, I don't think Kavernacle is a psychopath. I think he's just dumb and emotionally immature.
I'm going to go with that. When you say stuff like...
it seems like he has trouble...
I know psychopaths way too many than anyone should.
Yeah.
He doesn't strike me as that.
Yeah, in Canada I meet a lot of people who are very left-leaning, and that's fine. I don't really care. But he comes across as one of these guys who just doesn't know any better. And he just listened to one good lecture from one guy in university that, oh, this is the way the world works now. It's like, no.
Oh, he played Metal Gear Solid, remember?
Well, that's a joke, but I can't take that. I seriously cannot take that in any grain of truth. Like, okay, come on, Cameron, you're joking here. Come on, it's not.
So there are a bunch of bread tubers that definitely have issues. There are some that I think are psychopaths, but I'm not gonna say on here which I do believe might strike that. If you know more about the topic, I think you can pick up on that relatively quickly when you have, as I said, when you've read up on that and got some experience in that field, and which is nothing I wish upon anyone. But it seems to be one of those things we should inoculate us against.
I think they'd be more sociopaths than psychopaths.
That's a relatively irrelevant distinction, really.
Yeah, because like from what I've read, because sociopaths are made so they tend to might be more emotional than a psychopath, slightly, not by a lot. But it's a psychopath. I could be wrong.
It depends on your definition over the years. I know it's changed, so I don't want to get into a definition.
Medically,
of
words. it's basically just antisocial personality disorder right now, and psychopathy is simply just the shorthand, and sociopathy is just a different connotation. Where when we talk about real psychopathy, we talk about there is no conscience in that brain. It's not there. It's not. Yeah. It's not flipping.
There's no consciousness.
Yeah, I think 30 years ago.
Not consciousness. Not consciousness. Conscience.
No, I don't mean consciousness. Yeah, my bad.
Conscience.
Yeah. So
conscience, not consciousness. So there is no remorse.
The idea,
there is no guilt.
Yeah, the idea was the psychopath can be reasonably talked to. It's the sociopath who does the things that the sociopath wants, or the psychopath wants to do. That was
the psychopath also does them, but the psychopath tends to be more rational. It's hyper rational. The sociopath is less controlled.
Right.
That's exactly what I meant.
And then you have to put on top that with narcissists, with psychopaths, with all conditions essentially, and autism as well, which is not the same. I just name it as something to contrast with. You have very few of them who are actually competent as in their evil deeds or in their psychopathy, just as you have very few competent autists, and most of them are average or below average intelligence. That's just the way it is. Most people, so at least half the people are below average intelligence. And the same is true for these horrible people. So that's usually the people who end up in prison. The smarter ones are the ones who definitely outwit people, and you can be as intelligent as can be. You will still be outwitted by the manipulative games of a below average or around average intelligence psychopath. Because that person's been playing that game since birth. And you haven't, and your friends haven't, and that's why everyone falls for it. Because everyone believes, oh, but everybody wants to be a nice person and just the best for everyone else, right? So this person that's then riling up everyone against you, gaslighting everyone, using everyone, slandering around, building an echo chamber. Nobody suspects that as being lies, and they will just slowly turn on you, and you will only notice that this has been happening months, if not a year, after it started.
All right, guys.
That's how sinister this is.
Let's get off topic.
You probably realize it after the damage is done.
Yeah, and by that point, it's almost impossible to clean that up again.
All right, let's get back to the video. 2 more super chats, and we'll keep going. Here's Packet. How come you never addressed the Jack St. Eric Taxon response streams they did after your Smudcast on Eric's video? Are you going to Smudcast it? I didn't watch it. I know of it, but it's really long. And I can't imagine anyone ever wanting to go through that with me. I would have to do that myself. And really, do I really want to go through another Eric Taxon video, which is a response to a response to a response? Like, it's just, when does this end? If someone were to point out actual arguments to me, and I'll just respond to that, that'd be great. But I'm not watching 5 hours of whatever they said, because why would I?
Actual arguments, Eric Taxon, pick one.
Eric Taxon is a mess. Mentally,
Yes.
argumentally, I don't care. We've went through once. That was enough. It was full of holes. It was absolutely crazy at times. He had some good understanding of aesthetics, which is fine. But other than that, it was a mess. And I think someone posted some Twitch streams of Eric Taxon or Taxon and Jack Saint talking about objectivity. I'm like, I don't care. What am I going to learn from them? What are they going to teach me? This is stuff I learned way, way back in university. That's just like intro to aesthetics. Yeah. They're working on a very low level. It's not a complex thing, but they are just running this tabula rasa argument that humans are just malleable and we can just do whatever we want and think whatever we want, and beauty is subjective is nonsense. We have limitations to our senses. We only see certain colors of light. We only taste certain things. We only smell certain things. We have a very focused type of, not very powerful series of senses. So our stimulus is very specific. How we interpret things is very specific. And everyone will have, in general, a natural reaction to things. And it's that natural reaction that they cannot comprehend. And I'm currently writing a book on objective critique because it's not hard. I've been doing this for so long. People have been asking for something like that, so why not? I will address criticisms in the book, but not individual people because they're pointless. So
talk about ideas, not people.
Yeah,
preferable.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the inevitable thing about these response thingies that these streams are, is that inevitably we will also be talking about the people, but that is mainly due to pointing out the logical flaws of them that they enact, that they follow, that they have in common. We talk about the patterns between them. It's not an obsession with the people themselves, although I'm not so sure about the Maggie May Fish thing with some of you.
Well,
that might be an obsession.
I must admit, Maggie May Fish is amazing. There's no one like her, and it's so crazy that you can't. It's like God created this creature, and you're like, wow, you outdid yourself. I cannot.
Is that a proof for or against God?
I don't know, but with the God in the gaps argument, I can't. Science can't properly understand how she came about. I don't know.
He's testing us. It's like, are we worth it?
How did this happen?
I've learned to stay away from schizoid people.
Schizophrenia could explain a few things, but not everything.
They seem okay for a long time, and then suddenly it's just whoop.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh god.
All right, one more. We'll get back on track. Mike Testa, Wisp. It's okay if you like vinyl. Vinyl's great, man. Everyone's got their passion.
I don't care. I don't care about vinyl. I'm just pissed that the collector's edition of a wonderful Nintendo game by Monolith has a fucking vinyl in it, which also defines the shape of the fucking box that fits nowhere on my shelf.
It's okay.
Pisses me off.
It's okay if you drink half cab venti soy mocha lattes every fucking day. It's fine. You know you're a hipster. We get it.
I don't even know what you just said.
Yeah, don't worry. It's okay.
I was born and raised in Washington. I have to know that shit.
Yeah.
I learned it through osmosis.
Anyway.
When you ever visit your fatherland, the other half of it, I'll treat you to some insane good tea.
Oh wow.
And beer and bratwurst.
Yes.
And buletten.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway. That all sounds great, but let's get back to the video.
Tifa, of course. So Tifa was a character and is a character in Final Fantasy VII. Now let's have a look at some of the artwork that she used to have. So here she is in the original game. And of course, like Lara Croft, she's wearing an extremely tight tank top style crop top, right? So her belly is also exposed. There's another picture there, and it's basically
that's a completely normal female body, by the way.
Yeah, that is what's that from? Kingdom Hearts, I think. I can't remember.
This is Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's a more modern, more modern, grown-up version.
Yeah, I just remember. I just can't remember where it came from.
The original Final Fantasy VII art was a bit more on the cute side.
Yeah, they're all super deformed.
Her breasts looks like average, just not too big.
Yeah,
not too small.
These are already smaller, but this is a completely natural body.
This is
this is average. This is an average female body.
Yeah, this is before we get into the crazy belts in the Final Fantasy designs. Like you can see, she has a few belts. Like even her straps are belts, but this is pretty tame. So.
If you want to see a nigga with a lot of belts, just look at Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear.
I would argue, look at Lulu from Final Fantasy X. Her entire dress is a series of belts. Anyway, maybe she's edgy. I have no idea. Let's keep going.
Out and her boobs are really, really prominent, right? So
oh my god,
sexualized.
It's almost
extremely
protrude from. It's almost as if breasts are protrusions on a female body.
Are you serious?
It's almost as if they want to be seen. It's almost as if they evolutionarily developed to be noticed.
Yeah, that's how we survive.
I told you, breasts do a double mimicry. The one I explained before, that is, look as if full of milk, because fertility. The second is they mimic the ass cheeks. Same rough shape. If they're pressed together a little, you have to fold in between. There are some pieces of characters where you can make a cutout of the ass or the chest, and if you don't know which is which, they look the same. Works with big boobs, doesn't work as well with small boobs. That's why there are large breasts. That's why we developed them. There's no other reason for the species to have these large protrusions on the female upper body, because they have it serves no function for them to be big. It doesn't help them make more milk. They're just there to look to make men look at them. Also, it's mentally healthy and physically healthy to look at them. That's an interesting study.
Yeah, it's a fascinating experiment. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, reduces cortisol, is anti-inflammatory, releases some other nice bodily chemicals, which in the long run reduces certain cancer risks. It's great.
Let's see what he has to say.
Look at detox for 20 minutes a day.
Okay.
You'll be more healthy.
Thank you. Wisp, everyone go spend some time, look at some tits, all right? Okay.
Awesome. Yes. It's wonderful.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say about the Final Fantasy VII remake of Tifa, because I know there was some response to that, but I think generally people liked it, so I don't see what the big deal was.
It's okay, because this is the realistic style version of her, while in the original you have the more chibi style version.
Realistic,
and you had the low polygon count, so her tits were so fucking big. In the low poly version, that was just a bunch of boxes and triangles, because the camera, when you walk through a scene, is very far away, and you're supposed to still notice that this is the female model, not the male model. This is a female model. And in contrast to Ares, she's not wearing pink. She's just wearing stuff. You're supposed to notice this is the girl.
She's realistic yet attractive. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
One might even
nothing out of the ordinary.
One might even call her sexualized.
Yeah. Like most things they use, it literally holds no meaning anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Women are attractive. Wow. Thanks.
Very attractive and is like sexualized quite a bit.
But how is she sexualized quite a bit? Tell me.
Sexualized. Have you ever been in a gym?
He's sexualized by being attractive. That's what he means.
Yeah, but it's sexualizing is something you actively do to someone or to yourself. So all he could do is complain that she is dressing like this, that she is dressing herself like this. Of course, she's a fictional character. The one dressing her like this is the designer who made the game, who is involved in the game. But this is still retarded because there are women out there who dress like this just fine. It's okay. It's not that if I would understand the sexualizing argument if she or someone towards her would be ripping her top down so that we could see her breasts or do sexual poses. She's not doing a sexual pose. She's just standing at her bar.
All right. Here is Vladimir Dragunov. I'm half expecting him to bring up how Space Marines have unrealistic bodies, completely ignoring the fact that Space Marines are barely human. It depends.
Yeah, Space Marines are 1.5, like in the 40K. They have 18 or 21 extra organs depending on the variation. They're 8 feet tall, minimum. Minimum 8 feet tall. And their torsos are about 50 to 60% wider than like somebody. I think like Shaq, right? Like Shaq is about 7.5 feet. Yeah, he's 7.5 feet tall. But take his torso, right? Take his upper body, and then put 50% more width on it. That's what a Space Marine is built like, except with bigger muscles and slightly taller, minimum. But yeah, the fucking Kavernacle. Wow, that's unrealistic. Yeah, no shit, you fucking moron.
She wouldn't just hang around with not very attractive, jealous socialist girls. If you even do that, you might meet all the average girls that look very much like this already. The average human female looks okay. Because there's I don't know how many thousands of years of evolutionary natural selection there. That all went for, this looks attractive, so I want to reproduce. I want to reproduce more. And what we got out of that is that most of our females, on average, look good.
Yeah. Most people look average.
Yeah, the average is pretty good in regards to this. Just sit down. It's summer. If your country isn't retarded, sit down on the marketplace and just watch the people walk by.
Yeah.
Just look. Just look how people look.
If you want the
not in my country though.
Well, if you want the scientific term, it's a phrase called koinophilia. And you could check that out. There's lots of studies in the animal kingdom as well as some with the human kingdom. So lots of great references to the law of averages, why things are attractive. This is what I'm talking about in my book, in fact, because believe it or not, there are rules why you like these things which seem primal and hard to digest and figure out, yet there are rules behind them. Whether or not you think there's an objective truth to the world or not, I don't know. So anyway.
It's not socialization to like boobs.
It's only natural.
Yes.
It is completely natural, yes. All right, let's go.
Except Morocco.
Except Morocco? All right, that's right. Yeah, Morocco's the exception. Okay.
She's now like wearing some sort of sports bra, so her boobs aren't as exposed as much. Now people.
What the fuck are you? What the?
No, this is given into the woke.
What the fuck? What words? They escape me right.
All right, okay,
Dude,
guys. Wisp likes breasts.
Do you
Take it easy.
know what a fucking sports bra is? First you complain about tight clothing, sexualizing someone. Now she's wearing a sports bra and that is not as exposing. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
How is she sexualized? I don't fucking get it anymore.
Nothing this man says makes sense.
That's my second time watching this guy. I'm sorry to regret it.
And with that design, by the way, with her two tight number 2 tight tops, that is the effect you want when you're fighting. And Tifa is a brawler, so she wants her boobs to stay in place. It makes sense that she wears tight stuff. I don't know, Bears, you hit the gym sometimes. What do the women wear to do they want to keep their boobs in check, or do they want them to flap around?
Bears.
He's muted right now. Okay. My bad.
Oh, from lots of study.
We'll get back to Bears later. That's okay. But
yeah, I just have no fucking words for. I mean, I explained it before.
Yeah. Anyway, this is really not a big deal. I know people are like, "Hey, they changed the design," but it's like, nah, it's fine. Looks good. Tifa's good. Looks good.
Yeah.
Here's Jake the Surgeon. Homo sapiens aren't even the only species of humans that would have likely found this attractive. Neanderthals, Homo erectus, likely even hobbits. Look it up. Okay. Anyway, we are past the 10-minute mark. We can take a break. We can call this a night. We can stop right here. What do you guys feel like?
Oh God, it's already 3 hours. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. We just started late.
We started late, but it is late in general. And we can take a break and do it tomorrow if you guys want. I have no problem.
I took fucking latte and Nescafe, so I'm awake all night.
Lattes and Nescafe.
We can continue for a bit. We can make it maybe to the 50% mark.
Let's see his hatred of the female form. Here we go. Let's keep going.
Like I said, this is so ridiculous considering how Tifa and the modern Lara Croft actually look, in that they're very attractive women still. They're very feminine women.
Hey, maybe
they're different body types.
Maybe they're not the same anymore. Maybe they're less attractive. Maybe they're different I don't know. There's lots of reasons why you don't like a character.
If you change the body type completely, if you downsize the chesticles by 2 cup sizes, that's not the same woman anymore. That's a different woman. And I ask you, why, for a fictional character, where there's no actor behind it, why do you change that? You must have a reason why you changed that. Apparently, someone felt offended by the big boobs. And you thought it is more realistic to make them smaller, although the average cup size in Germany is D.
Nice.
Well, time to move to Germany, I guess.
Yeah, it's just that if you don't have the super tight clothing or run around naked, you don't see that.
We got to make a
when you and this is why I say Kavernacle doesn't actually know women, because when you get some experience with the other sex, Mr. Kavernacle, then you start to make the connections of this girl is wearing these clothes, has this rough body shape with these clothes, so she probably is rock solid beneath that, meaning she probably has a super wonderful waistline and belly.
Yeah, when you develop,
because it's even just a little bit baggy, a little bit, tiny bit.
When you develop,
it already looks like she's flatter than she is, and she's fatter than she is.
Yeah, when you develop the muscles in the chest area, for a woman, the breast will obviously stick out more. And this is actually a therapy for some people, some women as well, who have, I can't remember the name of the condition, but you're sort of born with it, where there's a certain amount of cartilage in the chest or a lack thereof. And it's like a concave or convex part of the chest. And it's a simple thing. You could actually remove it if there's too much. They also put in plates as well, or bars.
Oh.
I can't remember the condition, but the natural thing to do is to work out and get bigger areas so that those areas are balanced more between the cartilage. Anyway.
Yeah, but in general, it's just if the girl is wearing a normal business shirt, she already she's already hiding how sexy she really is.
because that is already not super tight.
Right. Okay. Here is Jake the Surgeon. Screw it. Hobbit refers to Homo floresiensis.
Floresiensis.
Okay. A species of 4-foot tall humans. All right. Well, I was about to make a joke about JoJo's.
What? There is. I don't. The German word would be Verinselung. Literally translated, that would be islandification.
Oh.
And that is a species that live on small islands, tend to get smaller throughout the generations. That's where we got tiny woolly mammoths from, for example. It's just or tiny elephants. Like they're grown ups, but they're tiny. Like they only go through, the adults only go to up to your waist. And they turn out like that because they've been on these confined small spaces. And that happened to some humans, some human tribes as well, over the long time that humans have existed.
The irony is that Kavernacle sounds more of a woman hater, all of woman hater shit more than like the people who he calls women.
Well, yes, SJW women are jealous Puritans, and the male SJWs try to pander to those women.
Yeah. Like Kavernacle hates the average women. Like,
yes.
He wants. Yeah.
All right. I was about to make a joke about Stroheim, superior German technology, but whatever they're eating down in Germany, good going.
What? Stroheim? What is that?
The average cup size of Germans. Anyway.
A Maß?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's the cheese, the yogurt, whatever you guys are eating. Keep it up. All right. Let's keep going.
It does actually help develop breast size when during puberty, so in your teens, you consume a larger amount of dairy products. With I think I don't know if the lactose is relevant, but essentially drinking milk makes titties bigger during the developmental phase.
All right.
Average cup size of American women is double D. Get fucked.
Double D?
You count that differently.
Ah, that's true.
We count two D's and you count one.
No. When you say double D, that would be an E in EU size.
Oh,
so European size and US size are only the same on the D.
I'm still hearing that our women's tits are bigger. That's all I'm hearing.
No, it's just so when we talk about cup size D, that's the same, and otherwise than that is because American cup sizes change in inches. European cup sizes, which is changed in centimeters. That means the US cup size changes every 2.5 centimeters. The European cup size changes in, I think, every 2 centimeters. So it's like 0.5 off, and that's why we get and then we have the different lettering system where we just go A B C D E F G. You go A B C D double D E double E F double F and so on. Yeah. So translating that is horribly annoying.
I'm fascinated.
And it's usually more helpful to the women if the cup size matches their breasts better, and with the American ranges being larger than the European ones, that usually leads to less fitting bras if you design them by the US system.
Well, as awesome as I love discussing or listening to the dimensions and details of women's breasts, I would like to continue to get at least to the 15-minute mark on this video. So let's keep going.
And they're very sexually appealing and stuff. But to them, if it's not the skimpiest, most objectifying outfit you can think of,
how can you say that?
Somehow woke
example
SJW politics.
You mean like the shit that Conan and He-Man wear?
I just want an example.
Is he going to complain at some point? Is he going to complain about Kill la Kill?
I just want an example. I don't care. I just want him to.
I will find Motherfucker, I will find him and I will snap his fucking neck if he talks shit on Ryuko Matoi. That is my fucking waifu. You leave her the fuck alone, Kavernacle. Piece of shit. Fucking chocolate orange piece of shit. You fucking nasal, limey piece of shit. Go eat some fish and chips, you fucking prick.
This guy is going to reference Patricia Hernandez on Polygon.
I only see Polygon. I do not know who Patricia Hernandez is.
You don't want to know.
It's probably some fat, ugly bitch that doesn't like looking at women that are more attractive than she is.
But but it already doesn't make sense that you have this headline and the sub-headline is, what is an ethics department? What? We're talking about changing the cup size and you bring up ethics? We're talking about communists here. Communists don't give a shit about ethics. Communists are the antithesis to human rights.
Well, if you guys don't remember your Gamergate, she was a writer for Kotaku. She wrote a lot of clickbait articles. God, she was friends with Zoe Quinn. I mean, there's all kinds of crap about her.
Oh, God. Yeah, all the psychopaths in a basket.
They're all the same. Yeah, we don't care.
Oh, my mistake. She's a skinny, ugly bitch that doesn't look like looking at women that are more attractive than she is.
It's mainly these two types. Landwehr or skinny. And usually flat-chested.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like I've noticed this for years. And I've been in these circles for way too long when they took over our classically liberal party. The women in social justice circles are far below average chest cup size. Far below. That I would say at average D and beneath. And that I think that speaks volumes as to why we see them always complain about characters and women with average cup sizes.
Yeah. Envy, jealousy, whatever the fuck they have at this point.
Anyway, let's get back.
Enix explained Tifa's breast in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. In a recent interview with Famitsu, Square Enix went on the record regarding Tifa's changes. Tetsuya Nomura, director on the remake, said that it's necessary to restrict her chest as the developers wanted her to have more of an athletic feel. She's a fighter after all, and that likely means she has abs and is generally very fit.
Yeah, but that doesn't change your breast size. That is my issue with this. That doesn't change your breast size. Because that is a genetic thing. For some girls, when they gain weight, their breasts also get bigger. And when they lose weight, they get smaller. Other girls, when they gain weight, their breasts stay the same. And just their belly goes fat. And when they lose weight, everything loses weight but the breasts. That's a genetic thing. So when Tifa she's already athletic. And so to say that athletic can't have big tits, I find that insulting.
Gina Carano.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't need to say anything else. Those two words just fucking BTFO'd your entire non-argument, you fucking moron.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go.
Around right now mentions that an ethics department determined that restricting Tifa's chest was done to make sure she didn't look unnatural during...
And restricting, do you mean you put tight clothing on her? Or do you mean you give her a mastectomy? Is restricting the politically correct term for reducing the cup sizes of women to make them more equal with each other?
Yes.
Because that's what it sounds like. You are telling women with big tits that they are wrong, their bodies are wrong, and they need to be surgically corrected.
Yeah, like Gina Carano.
You're the most inhuman scum on this fucking earth.
Oh my god.
I've seen worse scum.
And it's not having big tits during a fight is not unnatural. Like anyone who says that having big tits, you get into a fight, you do any sports is unnatural, looks unnatural. Dude, go into a fight, go into a martial arts dojo. There are girls with big tits, and they fight okay.
The thing is, they just have to watch out a little more because they have the big tits are a handicap. Yes, but all tits are a handicap for fighting because they're very sensitive and they want to bounce around because it's very soft tissue.
You know what else is a handicap for fighting? A cock and balls.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. You also want to keep that in place.
But
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So I showed up on this, and they said previously restrict was interpreted as shrink by some, as pointed out by the game producer and well-known Monster Hunter content creator Gaijin Hunter and others. This is simply not the case.
It is the case. The Tifa's tits are smaller. They're not just
to infer that restrict in Japanese is meant to be understood as bind or squeeze.
I'm very glad that you're taking a very proactive to Tifa's breast. It's very, very noticeable because most people don't care. It's like, she's Tifa. She looks good. But you're like, no. She's not Tifa.
No, and bind is a very specific thing. You do not want to bind your tits. That will have health consequences for the whole tissue. Because if you bind it too much, too tight, and all the time, which is one problem that bras bring, is that if you constrict the tissue too much, the toxins that accumulate in your tissue all the time, and all it happens all over your body. But if you constrict the tissue too much and for too long, your body cannot how do I say this? Keep the garbage disposal running, and it accumulates in the tissue, which is one of the reasons for breast cancer. You need some freedom for your tits once in a while, so that the tissue can breathe, if you will. So the whole binding is usually described as painful, by the way. So just a sports bra is fine; it keeps things in place. But what we see when we see this depiction of Tifa compared to the original, it's not that you just squeeze the tits in because she had tight clothing before as well. It's you reduce the cup size. Stop lying. We are not blind, especially the people who take an interest in boobs. Don't try to lie to people who care about tits to lie about tits. Don't try to lie to people who care about tits. It's a horrible sentence.
That's a very good point there, Wisp. I agree. Okay, let's go.
As a shrink, you can read Gaijin Hunter's full translation below. Replacing
also further example of how Kavernacle doesn't know how tits work.
Much clearer instead. So this is what it says. Did you refine the outfit design as well? And in the translation it says, this time around the visuals are pretty realistic, so we used actual clothing and accessories as reference when designing the outfits. For example, for Tifa's suspenders we use a military type, and for her gloves we reference both fighting and motorbike gloves. Her body has the same silhouette as her original design, but we filled it out with details.
No, it doesn't.
Question, her bust is large. Was there any special consideration for that? First, we wanted to have her more defined abdominal muscles, so we leaned towards an athletic style for her design. Our ethics department had asked that we make sure her top wasn't loose, so her chest wouldn't come off as unnatural during heavy fighting sequences. So we took her simplistic upper body clothing and added a black undergarment and made it a tank top so that it fits her body well, resulting in a fit and sporty design.
As we've noticed from Sony, as they were taken over by the Americans, their ethics departments are the Kavernacle types who want to censor and restrict everything that looks female sexy. And at the time this was made, this wasn't as strong and apparent because this is still a Japanese product. But the way we are, if you followed what happened with Sony games since they moved to California, I think it's California. It's at least in the US now. There's just sensory scrap coming out of that, and they've tried to tell Japanese developers, and it's insane, because the people in the US in Sony US refuse to learn Japanese. They rather want the Japanese developers to speak English with them, and they try to tell the Japanese developers to change their games in the social justice manner, with the social justice rules, and the Japanese developers just quit, understandably, and that's the right thing to do. Or more often than not, they rather say, this is bullshit, we'll go to another platform, fuck you. Because we want to make the games we make.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple examples of this. I think Senran Kagura was one of these more prominent cases. Well, I may be mistaken because I don't remember all the companies that make which games or which thing.
There are a few questionable games by Square Enix that are questionable. So, I think it was The Quiet Man was one of them. I just could not, like, everything about that just did not produce very well. I think The Bouncer was an example. There's all these other weird games they do that never took off or just were badly designed.
Yeah.
But it happens. It happens a lot.
Yeah, and what I didn't understand was that why Nintendo also pandered to this shit. Because if you played the new Smash, they changed Samus's model, deflated her tits, made her whole body look like an out of shape woman in her 40s instead of the fit genetically engineered. She's genetically modified.
She's got
goddess that she was
DNA in her.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Why is she suddenly looking meh? They also reduced what I find a bit. I understand where it came from, but it just looks wrong because in Smash they basically cut off Bayonetta's legs because her proportions are silly.
You know what?
But now she looks like a short-legged. I don't know.
You don't cut a Bayonetta is all fucking legs.
Look at Smash, because in order to fit her better with the other characters.
I don't want to look at Smash because the last time I looked at Smash, they got rid of Snake's dummy thick ass, and that pissed me off.
Yeah, that's also a thing. And the Mithra and Pyra models they introduced also tits reduced. However, they're still big enough for the SJWs to complain. But they are smaller than in the actual game. I can assure you of that. Because in the game, it's like a large E cup.
They're sacred
things. In Smash, it's just a large D.
There's just sacred things you don't mess with. Bayonetta's legs.
Yeah.
Samus's tits. Snake's ass. You leave those intact. As they are.
Yeah.
Those are
and
the
it wasn't a
artifacts.
problem in the previous games. So why change it now? It wasn't a problem previously.
Okay.
Why change it now? That's what I want to know.
All right. It's the ethics department.
Because the kids who play it are still the same.
In this case, it's the ethics department with Square Enix. So let's keep going.
I find the these things just so ridiculous in general, but it's even...
Whoa, what's going on? Let's try that again.
My bad.
All right.
Even more ridiculous. The characters involved are still very, very, like, attractive, clearly designed with, like, this male gaze and stuff.
Oh, shut that. This is... Come on, dude. Just give it a rest.
Okay. The way he talks about it, this male gaze, it's like a foreign concept to him. Which tells me that he is either gay or has no sex drive whatsoever and should get that checked out because, as I explained before, asexuality isn't a thing. There's an underlying physiological cause for it in almost all cases that we know of. So, Kavernacle, see a doctor.
A psychiatrist.
Either you're gay or you need to see a doctor.
See a psychiatrist first, please.
Even a gay person would understand a male gaze. They're not dumb.
Anyway.
In mind. But just because it's not completely ridiculous. And
this is the 7th time I've been
the
counting.
original Tifa is not ridiculous, you asshole.
He's been using that word every single time he disagrees with something. It's ridiculous. It's like, dude.
So this man is saying that the average woman looks ridiculous. And he's saying that we are the misogynists.
No, these guys.
This is the face he makes when there's a dick about to go into his mouth.
I can't fucking believe what I'm hearing.
I know these like socialists like they hate fucking normalcy, like normal shit, because it doesn't abide to their fucking system or their utopia. It's like no, fuck that now. It's like fuck the average natural people, like fuck straight people, like weird SJW fucking folks.
These people hate everything around the average and above, so not just the above average, but they hate everything around the general vicinity of the average because they are so far below it.
Yeah, it's envy in the end.
I just want to get over this. This is.
I cannot find any other consistent explanation for this.
He doesn't like attractive women. That's all it comes down to.
There's a fetish for that. Enjoy it. Enjoy your fetish. Why do you need to pester all of us?
Because they turn him down every fucking time.
Oh, you mean he's an incel?
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
So is it also projection when the SJWs call everyone else incels all the time? That they are the actual incels?
Yes.
Oh my god, that all makes sense now.
Anyway, let's go.
For the sexual gratification of male gamers.
How are you getting sexual gratification looking at Tifa? Can you explain that to me?
Rule 34.
He's not. At this point, he's not even. He's just saying shit without any definition. Like male gaze, sexualization, sexual gratification, sexual ism-tisms bullshit. Yeah.
No, when I played Final Fantasy VII, what I saw in Tifa is a beautiful, sexy girl that cares, gives a shit, and is strong and strong-willed and can stand up for herself and for her friends. That is the epitome of awesome. It's not just about tits, you bloody idiot. But you reduce all the women to their tits. You are doing that. I'm the boob fetishist, but you are the one reducing women to their tits. That's ridiculous.
Anyway. Here's Vladimir Dragunov. That's a bingo. Yeah, I don't know. I stopped caring about doing the bingo card. It's too crazy with the Kavernacle. It's all just ridiculous. Just have ridiculous all filled up in the bingo card and just randomly.
It's like everything he doesn't understand, he calls ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the God in the Gaps argument.
Everything that goes over his head.
I can't understand it. Someone must be causing it. Oh wait, no, it's ridiculous. That must be it. Vladimir Coppola, Francis Board Coppola. Men who talk about female objectification in video games have never felt the touch of a woman in their lives. You know what? This guy's got to get to a stripper or something. I don't know. He's got to just get the $100, get $200, whatever it takes. Just go to a stripper. These are women. There you go. Have fun.
And stay away from the SJW girls. They're not worth it. They'll just emotionally hurt you with their insanity.
There's Vladimir Dragon.
Meet normal people.
Here's the wonderful quote from my favorite movie. You keep using that word. I don't believe it means what you think it means.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Anti-SJWs are so ridiculous.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. These male gays.
The male gaze is ridiculous.
Yes.
I heard that as male gaze, meaning gay people, not male gaze.
Yeah.
The male gay.
The male gay is ridiculous. Okay, well. Anyway.
That's homophobic. SJWs really wound up. Now, I don't need to tell a lot of you that a lot of anti-SJW YouTube channels don't actually really get mad about this stuff. They just do it as part of this like culture war grift to make them.
No.
You are the fucking grifter because you keep making up shit about boobs being bad, like you're like a fucking Christian Puritan who wants to hide all the sexuality of a girl, or like an Islamist who wants to wrap the girl in some bath towel shower curtain so that nobody can ever see how she looks because the Islamists truly think that
if you see anything of the woman, the man is unable to stop himself from raping her. That's the actual belief. And it is the exact same thing that feminists believe.
He must cover
and this what you're spouting here is an expression of that.
First thing you said in this video was a plug for your goddamn Patreon, you fucking retard.
Yeah. And to claim that people, normal people, find breasts attractive and that is bad, that is
ridiculous.
That is actually ridiculous. And that it is a grift that you graft the opinion onto yourself to like tits.
Well, I'm just getting tired of all these...
Kavernacle, you are insane!
I'm getting tired of these people bashing on other channels for trying to make money. Because that's exactly what he's doing. I don't care how they do it.
First thing he fucking said in this video was a plug for his own fucking Patreon.
Because his videos are getting demonetized.
It's getting a little
people
stupid.
Are demonetizing me. It's ridiculous. Anyway, get to my Patreon so I can buy more chocolate fucking oranges to stack on my pyramid in my background.
With the whole covering themselves in shower towels, that's the men one, not the women.
Oh yeah.
No, the women believe it too. I had last week for 2 days. I've discussed matters with a Muslim girl from the Emirates, and she believes that word for word.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying literal towels. Like the men actually wear an actual towels wrapped together.
Okay, then I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just so pissed by this. I don't even know if I can say guy claiming that normal people and the vast majority of people, like almost all people, do not care about tits. That you have to force yourself to think that.
This guy doesn't like self-improvement. Like, there's no such thing as strive to be better. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Not just self-improvement. The very basic. Tits exist because humans like them. That's why evolution happened and made them happen. Kavernacle. You are not sexually attracted to women.
That's very difficult.
You're something else, but you're not sexually attracted to women. That much is obvious from what you said.
All right.
If what you said is true and not a grift.
I'm gonna call it a day because this is taking a while. We're halfway done, pretty much.
Yeah.
We can do this tomorrow if you guys want. You don't have to. I can get other people. It doesn't matter. But I want to get to the stream memes. That will take some time.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the endless strand at the end here.
Oh, Wiss, if you want to ramble on about tits,
you went beyond what I could do.
We will never stop you talking. You probably are more into breasts than even I am, but I'm okay with that. I can live with that.
I know there are not a lot of people who even looked into the anatomy of that organ, but it's interesting.
It is interesting.
If you want to learn how to draw them correctly, you need to look into the anatomy.
All right.
I just like to look at the form factor. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, to get that right in drawing, you need to look at that.
I do actually recommend a book on that. It's a Japanese manga book that teaches you how to draw the female form. I don't know what the hell it's called. It's in my hand right now, and it's all in Japanese.
Just post a picture of it.
I'll take a picture. I'll post it later.
Okay. I was about to be concerned for you there for a second.
It's a good reason to learn Japanese.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, no, I was like into comic books and manga like when I was a kid. So I found this book online and I ordered it, and it's just a great manual. Like, you get like drawing manuals that they don't teach you shit. This is like they go through all the details of drawing stick figures and how to start from that, and doing ears and doing the back of the head and how to do hair and eyes and the dimensions of how it's done in anime manga style. It's a great book. I have the ISBN, but I'll post it later because I can't read a damn thing. So anyway, let's get to the stream memes.
Yay!
And I'm sure, Bears, you're hard at work.
Yes.
All right. As soon as I can load it. What's happening here? won't you load? Ah, crap! It's not working. Why is that? Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. It was minimized. That's why. Dirt. Where the hell did it go? It just disappeared. I gotta make another instance. 1 second.
What 105 messages? Holy shit.
What is going on?
There may have been a lot of moves made.
Yeah.
This is why we say no chat in the street meme channel.
Oh.
No, it's not
There's
chat.
already so many memes
Not
that
chat.
if you put chat in it, it's just unreadable.
It's all memes. It's all memes.
Yeah, imagine if there was chat between them.
It was chat.
All right, there we go. Okay. Da 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 da. Alrighty. Stream meme time. Oh my god, I gotta rewind here.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start today at 2:09 p.m.
209.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh, we didn't even get to that topic.
All right, 5:32 p.m. How's that? There we go.
Oh yeah.
This is Eric. Hey, Eric. The indoctrination of Kavernacle.
You gotta scroll up to the ones above it. You gotta put it on the screen.
There's more? Oh god. Well, no, these are yesterday. The one from yesterday is at 8:14 p.m. and then today is 5:09 p.m.
Are you not seeing the achievement and the Hawk and Kavernacle meme?
Well, there's
That's right above that one.
yeah, that's at 5 o'clock though.
Right above.
Anyway, yes. Thank you.
Why is it a bad on the achievement?
Minecraft.
Achievement get wisp rant. Yes.
Okay.
That's not an achievement. That happens every time.
It's like when you start Fallout and you walk out of the shelter.
Well,
It says left the shelter, achievement unlocked.
Yeah. Same idea.
yeah, pretty much.
All right. The introduction of the Kavernacle. Yeah, get his pants down. Get his pants down. Okay. Jesus. Holy crap.
Oh, they're raping him. They're raping him.
Jeez.
Great episode of South Park. I love it.
Here's Eric again. I believe this is Mateus.
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh,
Eric is
Mateus.
making a meme of Mateus. Okay, Hawk was right. He doesn't like that, but he does like the Notorious Bears. Okay.
Goddamn right.
Okay. What's wrong with Hawk?
I like the Mateus heads here.
Yeah.
He's dating Holly from Red Dwarf. Other than that, he's alright.
Why so many bronies are furries? Oh, sorry. Why so many bronies and furries are neo-Nazis?
Oh God.
This is an actual video. This is not a trope. This is not a pattern. This is not a...
There are Nazi furs. I don't know how many of them are unironic Nazi furs, which also exists. But there was as in every other subculture, there was an insurgency of or whatever subversion of communist furries, and they of course did the same thing they do everywhere by getting into the admin levels of whatever site there is, and then banning everyone, including within the scene, accomplished artists who rely on having their account on there for not agreeing with them.
Well, the fact he made a video about this is ridiculous, but whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a
Ridiculous.
very, very deep rabbit hole.
Here's 1 year later. Abby is an awful character. The anti-SJWs hysterical reaction to The Last of Us 2. God, dude, this all this guy talk about? The
What is this, 19
anti-SJWs?
hours ago?
Well, sometimes he talks out his ass about Warhammer.
Fat Geralt here. That's awesome. That's great. Aura Master D3X. That's pretty funny.
Proteins.
We must seize the proteins of production.
Dumb question. I have a very, very dumb question. Was the name Abby deliberately chosen to be a pun on abs?
I don't think Neil Druckmann's that
I don't
smart.
think so.
No.
Yeah. Even though he loves himself so much.
Here's Eric again.
Brains 100. Okay.
Eric, what the hell am I looking at here? Is this a
That is Dave Bautista on Abby's face.
Oh my god! Holy crap! I have come here to chew bubblegum and hate on The Last of Us Part 2, and I'm all out of bubblegum. All right. Oh dear. Joel's death was inevitable. The fans. It's okay because we'll avenge him, right? We'll avenge him, right? Thanks, Neil. Oh my. Jeez.
This is not a female body.
Well,
yeah, this is a man with moobs.
I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
Is that the female writer?
With a man's face.
Is that the female writer on the right? Because there's two right. There's Neil and there's this other chick.
I don't know.
Yeah, it might be her. I don't know. Mark in 3D.
You're associated with his face.
Memeing you is a gentleman's job. Joe job?
Joe job.
Joe job? What the hell's a Joe job?
Mark found somebody. It's either the same guy who did the Duang translation of Part 4 or somebody doing or subtitles in the Duang style for JoJo Part 1. Either way, it's fucking hilarious. The translations are so fucked up. It's beautiful. I love it.
Is that like the abridged version, or is that just literally a dub?
No, see, what happened is, for the longest time, the only way that English-speaking fans of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure could read Part 4 was from scanned translations done by a guy whose lives in China. His primary language was Cantonese. His second and third languages are Japanese and English, and he translated this manga for a college language class he was taking, which he failed, by the way. So nice. The translations are all kinds of, all
right,
funny, but
well, I'm surprised that something with such a dedicated fan base as JoJo did not get a better fan translation quickly.
There's no Part 7 is out. Like, the fandom for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in the English-speaking world is at its peak right now. There is no official English translation for JoJo Part 7.
Yeah, but there's so much obscure manga that gets good fan translations. Yeah. That's why I don't understand why it's missing on JoJo.
All right. Where Abby gets her protein and power.
The gene hack man.
Is that
yes it is.
That's Christopher Reeve sucking baby stem cells.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, is that a baby?
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Yes.
That is disturbing.
Okay. Here is Bears and Bears and Mike Testa. Oh boy. Here, oh my god. There's the Abby model, and there's
Kavernacle.
I guess that's what he likes. I don't know.
She still looks better than Abby.
Yeah, that's still a female face. I think the arms are too much already, if you ask me. But
Hawk taking his joy.
Honestly, the hands look male. She's taking testosterone.
Yeah.
Look up. There's another female bodybuilder. Her name is Chelsea Savage. Look her up. She's a much more attractive version of a female bodybuilder. Savit.
Chelsea Savage.
Savit. Savit.
Savit. Okay.
All right. Here's Hawk taking his joy, a British happy drug, because Wisp said something mean towards British people?
No, it's British.
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 Okay.
British, right? Well, you're talking about the British, are you?
New strawberry.
That's not very nice,
that looks rather refreshing because it's kind of hot these days. I wouldn't mind having a nice Sunday like that. Anyway. cancel big mommy milkers because that's a big no-no. Aw.
I will fucking end you if you try and cancel big mommy milkers, you fuck.
Trying to cancel average mommy milkers.
Here is Eric again. Oh my god. Wow.
Looking like redhead Mama June on the PC edition. And it gets even worse below.
Oh god.
What the? All right, we're not gonna look at that. That's just gross.
Oh no.
Oh.
Eric, what the hell? Horizon Forbidden.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat. It's a vicious cycle.
The homeless horde Bears was talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Here is Bearserker. Thanks again. That's how big anime titty works.
Goddamn right.
Yep.
Did I say
Also
that?
Marine, baby. Yes.
Healthy stuff.
Yes, you did. You said specifically those words. I remember it. About
Okay.
it.
All right.
It is 100,000% accurate.
I'm trying to remember what anime this is. I can't.
That is the VTuber Hosha Marine.
Oh, it's a VTuber. Okay, that's fine.
Her catchphrase is "I'm horny."
Ooga bunga delunga tunga.
Yes. That's what I said. If Kavernacle had actually said that, it would have been much smarter than what he did say.
All right.
Yeah.
I stand by that because I heard what he said, and I was right.
I agree.
Here's the wonderful. Was it the avatar of Hawk? He added
Yes.
He added the Kavernacle up on top.
That is Edgeworth from Phoenix Wright.
This would explain many things. If his sexuality is known, it's like, oh well, he doesn't like women. It makes perfect sense.
No, he probably thinks he likes women.
I don't think you know what he likes.
Psychos be like, I really liked Abby as a character. Yeah. She's pregnant.
He
Good.
doesn't seem to be the guy. Good.
She looks very masculine in that photo, yeah.
That's a guy.
Yeah. You can all if you show this like footage especially and showed it to a person who doesn't know Last of Us, he could mistake this for a dude.
It looks like a dude with a slightly fey haircut.
You would never get the idea that this is a female. If you didn't know this was The Last of Us and this Abby shit and what the scene is from, anybody looks at this and thinks this is a man.
Yeah. I have friends who never knew Last of Us. When they see some memes with Abby, they're like, yeah, is that they suddenly assume it's a dude.
All right. Mike Testa, Ooga Bunga Delunga Tunga. Ridiculous Og? What? Oog.
Oog.
Market 3D. Another JoJo reference.
Yes. Not even Dio is as ripped as Abby is. Maybe when he gets Jonathan's body.
Of course, pregnant women can fight. Just look at this. Oh my god.
Cyanide and happiness.
Oh my god.
Mel never used her advantage against Ellie. That's why she died.
All right. Post-apocalypse squad.
See, those are actually men. They probably survived.
Yeah, and look at that left arm on the right, and this is where I would say, yeah, these are cross dressers. These are drag queens, not necessarily trans.
Right.
Because this is exaggerated femininity. This is it's over the top.
Right. All right. More Hawk memes. Why is when did Hawk get into making memes? Okay, fine. Activate rant protocol alpha commie fucker. Berserker again. Bears versus the homeless. Okay. Jeez.
Every fucking
Renegade cut is there.
Necessary people in the apocalypse. All these drag queens. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
That looks horrible.
That looks scary.
Oh my god. Some of them
horrible.
are just mutants.
Yeah.
Some of them need to lose some weight, just in general. But
God.
So, and this is what I mean. If you look at this, and if you had gender dysphoria, like you're a man and you have gender dysphoria, you wouldn't want to look like this.
hopefully,
Because this is not attractive. This is not good looking in any way. This is a caricature. These are all caricatures.
I thought that was the point, though, to be over the top and
Yeah,
extravagant.
it's because drag is a gay thing. It's not a trans thing. It's a gay thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyone, and I've heard this a couple times from people from the real dysphorics, because they inevitably got friends in the rainbow scene, so they got their first makeup advice from drag queens. That is not good advice. Do
Anyway.
not get your makeup advice from drag queens.
Here's
something very different from what you need.
Here's Bears scoring a legendary shot to establish dominance with the homeless tribe. And
Goddamn
see
right.
is that Escape from New York?
I think it's L.A.
L.A. Okay.
LA.
Snake just punting a freaking
Yay!
yeah. All right. Same type of apocalypse as Last of Us, according to the Kavernacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally what happens in The Last of Us 2. Those, yeah.
Eric, back to Eric. Bears, that was you who sprayed me. You're dead now, Boa.
Boy.
Boy. Hey,
Yeah,
that was you who sprayed me? You're dead now, boy.
I got the rebuttal later on.
Why is my chocolate orange tree not growing? I think he's getting more subs. I think he's getting more donations or whatever. More Patreons.
Modern kids who fall for that drivel.
Just keep making content. People will flock to you. Doesn't matter how stupid your content is.
Yeah, that's what I don't. That's what I seriously don't get.
Just got over 100 subscribers.
Kavernacle is not even a pseudo-intellectual. He's not even on that level. He's just dumb.
So this is the same meme, I imagine, from Eric. Only now he's pointing to Kavernacle. Reminds me of the last time I lifted my horse's tail. Oh. Kavernacle, stop talking about Metal Gear. Did he say anything about Metal Gear? I don't think so.
Not today.
Temporary, like I think once maybe.
Yeah, here's the rebuttal to Eric's meme about me.
That okay. You having a good time? Cavern going down the slide of a younger age. Here we go. Whoa. What? That looks. Holy crap.
Oh my god. Oh.
That. Oh my god. Yeah. Holy crap. Jeez. Wright versus Bears fight. Wright getting his ass kicked right after color.
Yeah, just casually strolling along, doing my thing. Then Eric Wright tries to tackle me, and then I had to put his little bitch ass in his place.
See, this is something I expect from like Hawk, but
he does look a little bit like Hawk, doesn't he?
Well, no, I mean it's a Red Dead. That is Red Dead, right?
Yeah, that too.
Motherfucker, I like westerns too.
Yeah.
Anyway, Aura Master, here we go. Corporate needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. It's Kavernacle. He's looking at Marcus Phoenix versus Abby.
I can tell you the difference. One hasn't removed the transparent background.
Thank you.
The PNG was
Kavernacle cannot understand that.
Yeah, the PNG was saved as a JPEG. It looks like, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
ASMR animated GIF. How is an ASMR animated GIF? What the hell?
It's an animated GIF about ASMR.
Chat. Smud should do ASMR. Smud. Kavernacle brain surgery ASMR.
Like, I like the idea that you just like fucking like unscrew Kavernacle, the top of his skull, right? And just inside is this. Just this like mush of purplish, pinkish, whatever.
You know, if he had an argument to talk about,
probably decayed.
We could actually go, okay, where is he coming from? What's his evidence? And it's all just his dumb opinion. And we're like, this is not worthwhile. Everything's ridiculous to him.
It's just baseless words and meaningless fucking claims.
It's funny because I'm a cuck. What? Hawk's a cuck? Oh, it's Eric. Eric is making fun of Hawk.
It's because I told you not to cuck him with your voice.
Oh, the girlfriend. Okay, thing. I got you.
Yeah.
Eric Wright, you're a fag. This is Hawk getting back at him. All right. Okay. Here we go. Is a video. Hawk is Mika. Bearserker, the meme emperor is Dutch. You all going down?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Mark in 3D. Oh my.
Yeah, Joseph Joestar. Goddamn right.
It's Joel. All right. Hawken writes the little chit chat cast. What are you? An idiot sandwich. What is happening? Is there a story in here I'm missing? Girls with unrealistic physics.
A little big for his birthday.
Sorry, physiques.
A little bit.
So, the cute, sexy little
Uzaki-chan,
bad, but Abby good. Right.
And I scrolled down. I've posted some pictures of a beautiful lady named Kaho Shibuya doing Uzaki-chan cosplay, and she looks exactly the same.
Yeah. Uzaki-chan is even above average Japanese hate for women. She's taller than the average Japanese woman.
I'm not sure what's happening in this Red Dead thing, but it looks like he's just pile driving something on the ground. Is that
it's Friday the 13th, I guess.
Right and bears after the right compares him to Dutch. All right. Hawk and Bear is bullying me. Why are you bullying me?
His description of a girl he had to walk.
That's pretty good. I like
no
that.
further comment.
This description of that girl he had to walk. Oh. Is that the guy from Star Trek?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I think that was the teacher that the boys in South Park blew up and everything. They did this to her.
Okay. Here's Bearserker again. We got Joel. No, but Joel as Joestar. Yes. Okay.
Joel Joestar?
Joel Joestar. Why not? Eric, say hello to my little friend. And that's a minigun. Or what do you call those? A circular spinning? I can't remember the name. It's basically a minigun.
Minigun or Gatling gun.
Gatling gun, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Gorgeous Rex again. Think, Kavernacle, think. We like to look at women because we like women. Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Pretty basic. Yeah.
What are the things
we like to look at women so much we get brain dead by it and let us being easily manipulated by said women.
Yeah, and we can make a simple objective observation of what makes a woman, like her hips, her breasts, her genitals, her body portions, her stature, her hair.
All these single bit about the female body exists to be ogled at, to be beautiful, to be sexy. Every single angle, every single piece is evolutionarily formed to attract the man.
So when we deviate from that and say this is beautiful, we're like, wait a second, we already have all these basic observations we've made for centuries. Why Why are we now how can we possibly like that other thing?
Because they can't reach the average.
Here is
or envy.
Here is over-sexualized, ridiculous appeals to the female gaze. This is Nathan Drake? Really?
Yeah.
All right.
My Kavernacle's fucking logic, yeah.
Okay. Male gaze, I like that. That's funny. Here's Rigby again. Wisp should have gotten the extended edition. And here's a beautiful looking is that called a megaphone? What's that called? Old time record player.
It's just record player.
Yeah.
It's not a gramophone. A gramophone has these cylinders, I think.
Yeah. Here's Wisp, and he is pushing the Queen from Star Trek.
Also not wrong, but I think this woman might be more attractive.
Yeah.
And she's not my type.
Gorgeous Rex. Most female characters are too attractive. That's not realistic. Real women aren't attractive. I'm like, what? What the heck?
Yeah, that's what he's been saying. That's what Kavernacle has been saying all the time.
Dude, the guy's got to go out the world and meet some women. Or men, whatever fits your preference, man. But just figure it out. What's this? Why the Warhammer 40k community has a Nazi problem. Downvote.
In his eyes, everything has. You're not pro-communism. You must be a Nazi. Dude, that's still socialism. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so confused. It's like, oh, you hate communism, you're a Nazi. It's like, no, like, okay, I'm from a relatively socialist country. It's not very good at all. It's like, yeah, I don't want to live there. I don't want to live in a place like that. I'd rather have a better system, better life. No, I'm a Nazi now. It's like, yeah, sure.
A little PSA for the chat: don't eat Firehouse subs. They don't do good things to you.
So here is a famous line from Taken. Trailer Ellie is like, I'm going to kill every last one of them. And then she will find you and then forgive you. I guess, we think. We're not sure.
And let's not forget, she kills everyone else who didn't kill Joel.
How many hundreds of people? What's the kill count at the end of the game? Is there a stat for that?
I don't know, but a fuckload.
It's got to be
kills
close to 200, yeah.
Remorseless, completely remorseless.
The game keeps like showing a lot of gore and them struggling to choke out their own blood and everything, and like, oh, Abby, the one who killed Joel after all this killing, is like, nah. You just made the deaths of the other people just meaningless.
The game is explicitly showing you murder. There's no way, there's no like knockout punch, there's no dart with tranquilizer serum, there's nothing. It's just kill.
Yeah.
All right, here's Joel. Here's Ellie. The mountain.
Joel Miller! I shot his kneecaps and then I caved his head in like this!
We're the bloody golf club!
All right. Here we go. Footage of Naughty Dog animator made to work on. Abby Owen's sex scene from The Last of Us Part 2 currently regretting life choices.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. That was all from Eric. Thanks, Eric. There's one more from Eric. Val? Name a character that went through more pain than her. Oh, I remember these stupid tweets.
I still love that compilation video.
It's just... Look at just people like...
I hope that compilation video will be extended every year.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what Wisp is talking about, it's pretty much the meme of the happy song, the blue happy song, I can't remember. And it just every second is like boom, 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 boom.
Every beat.
Every
beat is a character from media and history.
Yeah, Mr. Blue Sky, isn't it?
Blue Sky, yeah, you got it. From Electric Circus or Blue Electric?
From movies, series, video games.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. From real life.
Wisp is drinking coffee.
Seattle Wisp.
That's just mean.
Coffee.
Seattle Wisp.
That's just so mean. There is no Seattle Wisp. Maybe in Bizarro World.
All right.
Because there's so many things about this that can never happen because the autism alone prevents it.
We're beginning to believe that Kavernacle is in fact attracted to men. We don't know yet, but
we know that he's not attracted to women.
Yeah.
Some women maybe, we don't know.
Or he never met one, at least.
I don't know. Here's Bearserker. Name a character that went through more pain. Oh, that's kind of easy with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Always you didn't wait long, good buddy.
Taking shit's more difficult than that. It was easy as fuck.
Stop watching Kavernacle. Go look at some tits. Well, I just say in general, just go look at some tits. I mean, it's just a good idea.
Yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah.
Eric, Smudboy is a woman hater. Bottom text. What the hell? What the hell am I looking at?
You're looking at the woman that gets to control what women look like.
Yeah, with her makeup and giant hoop earrings. Okay.
Yeah, like she complained about how women are in video games don't sit with their legs spread open like men do, and then when you see her sit down, she sits exactly the same way that is problematic, according to her own retard logic. That's how you know this is a grift from her.
No, when a woman sits down with her legs spread open, that's seen as slutty because there is what's going to prevent anything from jumping into those folds.
Oh.
Especially me.
Oh, look, a perfectly normal physique. Cavernacle, just look at those milkers. Oh.
Just look at those milkers.
If anything, her legs need to be more muscular.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Her legs seem very skinny.
That's the thing Japanese tend to do quite often. They forget to put muscles into the legs.
Looking at you, Bronson.
So this is just random animated goodness.
Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Bounce with it.
There's no actual meme. It's just animated. Because apparently this is
only
Mr. Lone Wanderer, you are a saint.
We are objectifying the anime.
Yes. Even though they are objects by the very fact that they are not real.
It's a fascinating thing to watch this. Is that a bathing suit or is that like a evening attire? Is it what is that?
That is probably this is probably some kind of beach episode from some anime. I can't tell just by the tits.
Yeah.
Most likely, this looks like a beach bra.
Yeah. Bounce.
One of them show off bathing suits.
Mm-hmm.
Here we got Mike Testa. Oh my God! What the hell's that?
What?
It's time to let the children play and be gay. We like you, comrade. What the?
Comma, we like
Mike,
comrade.
This is too psychotic for me to understand. I'm sorry.
There's too much going on, Mike. I don't know what's happening in your brain, but
it's Mike Testa. The answer is yes.
I can't follow.
What's going on in Mike Testa's brain? Yes.
Mike Testa.
Kavernacle doesn't like big Khazar milkers, and here we have.
That's Abby Shapiro.
Oh, she's cute.
She looks attractive.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah.
Here is.
That's
great.
I'd sink my missile.
That's awesome.
That's a great design. I love that.
Yes, I love
Perfect.
That's realistic. No, that's
shit trigger discipline.
Love it.
Here's Kahu Shibuya.
Oh wow.
She's even the same height as Uzaki.
She's adorable.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just JV videos too.
Please pass on those genes.
Here's
especially in Japan.
Here's what's her name again? Carano?
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano. There we go.
Gina Carano.
Now,
oh really? In the Mandalorian, she looks much broader.
Yeah.
Fit woman, big titties.
Good looking
Yeah,
girl.
she's very fit.
Did she, perchance, did she just have a kid?
Here is I don't know who this is, but holy crap.
It's just another fit chick.
That is,
Big tits.
that's
They
amazing.
exist.
Wow.
But that's unnatural and ridiculous.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. She clearly doesn't exist. She's pandering to
What
the
the?
male gang.
This is clearly a hentai. Clearly. I don't know which one. This is clearly a hentai.
Absolutely. Lone Wanderer is a man of culture.
I don't know what that is, but I think that's another hentai.
Yeah.
Those are some mommy milkers, and she clearly wants it. Look at the way she's flaunting them things.
In anime, nothing is too
Called
big.
cultural appropriation.
I like the lowly. I like the ginormously large-breasted lowly. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is even too much for a lolly cow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's the big nut. Okay.
No, you did that wrong.
Well,
it's the big nut.
All right.
It's the big fat nut now.
The boob cat. Guys, if we have a show dedicated to boobs, you'll know. Okay, we haven't done that yet. But I think this is just showing off everyone here. So okay, cool. Joshua.
Yeah, this meme looks real familiar. I don't know why. I have no suspicion as to why this meme looks incredibly fucking familiar.
Here, oh my God, is that real? Holy.
Yeah. That's what they did to my. Look how they massacred my boy.
Whoa.
Even it's inverted. It's not even normal boring. It's just
Wait, and look at his hamstring. Look at his
It's
hamstring and his
inverted.
quads. You have to be like specifically ignoring your glutes for them to look like that.
How would you even
You have
do
to
that?
try to get them that small.
That's
you
really
have
hard.
to not ever walk. Walking gives you a basic modicum of ass that Snake is lacking.
So
here.
there's the after the well, what they've done now, which is basically is no ass, which makes no sense.
It's anti-ass.
Yeah.
Negative. This is negative ass. This is not no ass. This is negative
It's
ass.
imploded or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Like they took out muscle or something.
Caved in.
How do you walk with that?
I don't know. Ass. What? Assemble. Assemble. There we go. All right.
for future meme usage, thank you, Lone Wanderer. I will be clipping that later.
You're welcome. I don't know what I'm supposed to be thankful for. It's a picture of Kavernacle. I don't really care.
It's for meme usage, I would assume.
Oh, I don't make memes, guys.
I appreciate you, Lone Wanderer.
I made this. You made this. I made this.
Yeah. You ain't slick, Eric. You ain't slick.
This is Mike.
I gotta remember the memes I make.
Here's Mike Testa just taking the same thing and doing exactly the same thing and just posting it as his own.
I expect that of Mike Testa. I thought better of you, Eric.
Smash approved leg size.
No.
It looks so wrong. It looks so wrong in Smash.
I still love her
that to
shoes.
Bandage's legs.
I just focus on the shoes. They're so cool.
Yeah, her gun shoes.
Gun shoes are awesome. Here is the last one. Cool. Your name is Cool Man. Perfectly balanced. As all
perfectly balanced as all things should be.
What is
That was diet burritos.
Diet
It's
burritos? And who's the person?
That is Jim Sterling.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait. Are the burritos in The Last of Us wrapped in aluminum foil?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's insane. Producing aluminum foil is insanely energy consuming.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's not easily recyclable.
You need the metal that would go into aluminum for your walls.
Yeah,
Aluminum
this is a complete waste of a rare resource that you have a limited amount of. Because you, especially in the US, I do not know if you produce aluminum in the US yourself.
Yes.
But most of it, I believe, is produced in Iceland. Because they get the energy for free from all the geological shit going on.
Hmm.
That's why we get most aluminum from Iceland. The energy you have to put into that shit is insane. And that we wrap our food in that
is such a waste.
Just everybody, if you don't know how aluminum is made, they take these big old fucking sheets and then they take them in giant, like, machine fucking rolling pins, and they just smooth it out and smooth it out and smooth it out and smooth it out and smooth it out until it's that thin aluminum foil that we all know and love, and then they cut it and shape it and wrap it up and package it. All of that shit requires like fucking gallons upon gallons of diesel fuel, oil to keep the hydraulics and shit and the machinery running properly. All kinds of energy for the factory where you have to do all that shit. You wouldn't have aluminum foil. You would barely have paper. If somebody knew how to make papyrus.
Oh yeah, paper takes
Maybe.
I think what was it? 4 liters of water per sheet of A4 paper.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You would not do
It's
that.
insane.
Yeah.
It's the amount of water we need to make paper is insane, and that is what you just brought up is completely correct. Which is why in Iceland we get a lot of power from water and geothermal bullshit. So that's just energy that's lying around. That is then just repurposed into making aluminum. Because using any other resource to produce that is just insane, insanely dumb. So you probably wouldn't have big supplies of that in the US. You would want to keep this. Maybe it's even a valuable trade good.
All right. We have 2 more super chats to go through, and we'll call it a night. Getting kind of late. Here is Francis Bordacopola. It's so funny to hear people talk about how everything money is come crying to their audience about how they're being demonetized. I thought capitalism and money was the root of all evil. For this guy, the root is big booby women.
Mm-hmm. No, that's what they do. Like, put socialist ideas in capital system, it fails. Blame capitalism, my bad. And then implement more socialist ideas until like whatever semblance of capital ideology or system just fucking disappears. That's just the logic.
It's just with the okay boomer girl. She's like, tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich. And then she moves to a state where there's no income tax. Now she's a millionaire and buys a $2 million condo in Dallas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's walking back on her tax the rich, fucking bullshit.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Last one is Coolman229, and I'm going to do it with an accent. Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap from my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
Well, looks like Colonel found a way around that and smash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It literally got smashed in.
I don't understand how you have a concave ass. Not even Hank Hill has a concave ass.
I don't even think you can even achieve that. It's connected to everything.
Not
like
possible.
It's such a focus of the body. I don't know.
Like, if you've had sex once, you'll have bigger glutes than that.
Probably, yeah. At least for a couple of weeks. What I find is just the social justice feminist women is don't look at women, don't objectify women, don't find women sexy, and at the same time they want to be seen as absolute sex goddesses.
But they're fat.
Yeah. So the only thing where that makes sense, where both of these things coming from the same person, and I've seen that live, where that can make sense is get rid of competition. It's the only thing I can see that makes sense. Whether they do it consciously or unconsciously doesn't matter. They're doing it.
Okay, guys. Well, we've been going on for a while now. It's kind of late. We can continue this tomorrow. I'll ask you guys tomorrow morning or afternoon, whatever time period you're in, whether you want to do it. If not, no big deal. We have other videos to cover. We're halfway through this. I doubt there's going to be much else because he hasn't said really anything of substance. Aside from breasts are bad for some reason. So
yeah. So much for the chat. There were people who were brought up the standard complaint stuff. Oh, maybe you would understand what he's trying to say if you wouldn't pause every 5 seconds. Because he might say it just in the next sentence, and first off, he never does. Secondly, if you think he did make an actual argument at some point, please point to it and don't just say, "Oh, maybe you paused too much."
Okay, well,
point out the actual argument that you think he's making.
First off, I get that. I get that argument, or I get that statement once every while. If you only listen to it, it's like, okay, we went through every word. We paused when he said something crazy. There's no gestalt. There's no summary and a paragraph form that will, somehow make sense when you go through every piece. So unless there's a specific argument you want to make, don't say that, because we spent way more time as a group trying to figure out, and I don't agree with everything Wisp says all the time, because some nuances I might be aware of, or he might know some things he disagrees with me all the time too. So it's not a big deal that we can disagree here and look at what he's actually saying. And sometimes I get it wrong, and that's fine. So we do it this way.
It's more coherent.
We do it this way for fun, because we want to say everyone has their say, everyone gets their opportunity to speak, and this format works fine. And again, if you don't like the format, it's a long stream. I understand. That's fine. I don't want to. Can I imagine making a video, like baking my own video on every single dumb thing Kavernacle says? It's like, here's a dumb thing he says. This is stupid. I can't say anything else about it. There's all this proof to show you that what he said is meaningless. Like, that would be a waste of time, when we could all have fun together and chat and get it over with and forget about it.
And if you think I say something factually incorrect, you can always tell me. And on Discord, my DMs are always open.
Yep.
So
we are a friendly bunch. We don't have any bizarre sign-up bullshit on the Kavernacle server. In case you haven't.
Hold on, time out. You three are friendly.
Well, the only person who got in was one of our mods to say hello.
I do have my limits too.
Yeah, it's you have to go through this process of just trying to join his server and communicate. And who knows? Maybe you can't say anything bad about communism. I have no idea. But
communism is fake and gay.
Yeah. I don't see his group of people as a bunch of friendly people who want to talk about improving society. I really don't. So anyway,
from what he already has it figured out. He has the correct dogma, and everything else is just backwards logic from that.
One of the guys that got into, I'm not going to say his name just so he can stay anonymous, but he showed a screenshot of someone in Kabernacle's server unironically asking, "Is heterosexuality a mental illness?"
Yeah, that was like,
nigga, what?
Thank God for that mental illness, I guess.
Yeah, the mental illness that allowed us to exist as a species on this planet.
Survive.
Okay, you fucking idiot.
And a damn lot of other species on the planet as well.
All right. Well, we got Zach in the chat. Hey, Zach. If Nico Lowell is in Dallas, I will sleep with her.
Sleep with her after she takes her makeup off.
Oh.
She looks a lot better without it.
Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Have yourself a great night. We may continue this tomorrow. If not, it's up to the mods to give us more ideas. Keep the suggestions coming, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.